Hello, everyone. What's going on? I am here. Hello. Expansions go on sale in October. Dude, like, okay. You know, I find it a little bit weird that people are already asking for the expansions to go on sale. People do this with Guild Wars 2 all the time. Listen, guys. Buy the expansion. Just do it. Do what you've got to do, guys. Just do it. What the hell's going on here? Why not taking a day off? Well, because we have the 3v3 tournament. So I've got to do that. 3v3 tournament is indeed incoming. I'm always fresh. I've got a little bit of a quiff going on there, I guess. Like some fucking Elvis memes. But anyway, there we go. 3v3 Fungus. No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I will play in the future, though, actually. Just not in this one. Today, we chill, guys. We chill. Mold. Mold. Do you like the forum post? Let's see, what is the forum post? I would say the biggest problem is the players. We need players. But basically, the cause of all the problems is the players. The biggest problem in the game is the players. They will all... Wait, okay, this is a very weird... Wait, isn't it this guy again? Oh, no, it's this guy. It is this guy. I just played 2 PvP games. The same player remained AFK in both. A player going AFK may cause us to lose, but other players playing PvP as they know nothing about a 12-year-old game will cause us to lose. I suggest removing PvP rewards and free-to-play players from entering PvP. You know... Okay, hang on a minute, guys. That... I actually do think that, I do think that free-to-play actually is quite toxic to PvP. Because it enables bad behavior very hard and makes the game very difficult to moderate. Yeah. By the way, this happened in StarCraft 2 as well. When StarCraft 2 went free to play, the amount of bad behavior increased significantly because losing your account wasn't a paywall anymore, right? You could simply come back on another account immediately. And they do gate you in order to play ranked in StarCraft 2. You have to play some like matches versus the AI and stuff, right? To like, you know, so there's like a slight barrier to entry. But actually, yeah, free to play does enable bad behavior. It absolutely does. Like this, he's not wrong here. Actually, I probably wouldn't actually change this because I'm not sure if there's a particularly good way to do that. And like, Guild Wars 2 is ultimately like a free-to-play game, and so is the PvP, so I don't think you can really change that. But this absolutely is true. Like, free-to-play does make games more toxic. That is absolutely true. Just because there's no punishment, right? You can't punish players for behaving badly. Yeah, removing rewards probably wouldn't be the way to go there as well. Wouldn't be the best one. I think we can agree on that. Yeah. All AFK. Wait, okay, hang on a minute, guys. Well, we do know this guy's a little bit insane, but he's not wrong here. There's a big difference in quality between playing with 4 live players and 4 bot players in Guild Wars 2. Yeah, usually the bots are slightly better, but yeah. All AFK players who run into the wall should be banned. I mean, that actually is true. All players must record these on video and report them via email. When I try to enter World vs. World, there is a queue of 30-40 people, and this is used to manipulate the game. IP check. Okay, look, we've gone slightly off the guys. We have started to go off the rails. You know, we at this point. Yo, Jeremy B. 81. 9 times 9 equals 81. That is true. That's some quick maths right there. Okay. Most of these are sub-accounts of enemy players, meaning they are doing it to deliberately cheat in the game. Another issue is that my range is 1,200 when I hit from a distance, but the enemies that are walking around in a Zerg have a draw range of 1,200. That is... Wait, what? That is absolute... Wait, why would you say that? That's just not true. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's just... What? What does he mean? That's incorrect. Like, I can see this NPC over there from like way further than 1,200. I can even target things that are out of range, right? I can target this grub, and it's all the way over there. It's way more than 1,200 away. Why would you make this claim? This is obviously not true. Can I damage the Zerg group? Will I survive if I try to hit them from a range of 1,200? Deadeye is a sniper and deals damage to a single target. As a result of its range being constantly nerfed, it started to hit the same range as someone with a slingshot. Zerg groups are one of the biggest problems in World vs. World. Only Zerg groups can stop Zerg guys. You can't get close, you can't deal damage, therefore Deadeye range should be 2,500. 5 Deadeyes can aim at the same target and kill a player from the Zerg group. Players stay away from World vs. World because of the Zerg groups. Don't think this is OP or not fair. The game needs this to break up Zerg groups. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, this is... I mean, look, it kind of started out pretty strong. I actually do think that addressing the... people auto-running to escape the queue, to escape, like, getting kicked. I think that actually is, yeah, they probably actually should deal with that. Like, that kind of is pretty annoying. Same thing with, like, maybe improving some of the AFK farming stuff as well. I think that would be, like, a really nice change if they could kind of sort that out in World vs. World 100%. And the free-to-play thing is, like... I think the key is how do we actually handle free-to-play? We're not... I think that he's approaching this the wrong way. I actually do think that free-to-play does cause some problems for the game. I actually don't think that free-to-play helps sometimes. And it does, you know, it certainly helps with, like, player population, but it certainly doesn't help with toxicity and basically bad behavior, bad actors. The question is, how do you deal with that? Like, we aren't going to unfree to play the game. I think there's basically a 0% chance that that happens. That's really not going to happen whatsoever. Yeah. I think the game by the way, guys, I think the game being free to play is why it takes so long to get to unranked, by the way, or get through unranked. If you want to play ranked in Guild Wars 2, you have to play about 100 unranked games, give or take. That gets you to rank 20 in PvP, and that allows you to play ranked. And the reason why that number is so high is almost certainly because of free to play. I'm not a huge fan of this, because, guys, I actually recently played, I've been playing a little bit on another alt account, and, dude, unranked is so bad. I actually think one of the biggest problems with players' experiences is actually in the unranked experience. It is so much worse than ranked, it is not even close. The match quality is awful, there's way more AFKing, there's way more, like 500 O games, like both ways, right? Like, you know, 0, 500, 500 O's, like very, very swingy. Yeesh. Like, unranked is actually very unfun. I did not enjoy unranked whatsoever. Ranked, I actually don't hate right now. It doesn't feel, I mean, it's scuffed, right? But, you know, it's playable. You know, I wasn't like miserable the entire time playing ranked, but unranked, yeesh. Unranked was not fun at all. I did not enjoy unranked. I was very happy when my account was free of unranked. Specifically the 0 to Hero, by the way. That's the account I was playing on. And also, nudge me with the gifted subs once again. Road to 2K is getting there. We love to see it. Restricted to rank 20 or first character to level 80. Well, the issue is that I think if you did that, made it first character to level 80, you would probably just have to say that free-to-play characters can't play ranked. That would be a relatively interesting way of going about it. That could you could maybe do that and say, like, yeah, you have to buy the game to play ranked, maybe. But again, I'm not sure how that looks for ArenaNet. Like, does that look bad for them? Does that make them look bad in terms of their business model, right? I don't think that would be, to be clear, I actually don't think that would be unreasonable. Like, you have to buy the game to play ranked. I would have zero issue with that. But that might not be, like, political for them, right? Like, when I say political, I don't mean, like, actual politics. I mean, like, that might just not be viable for them just purely on optics. Yeah. I'll set to unranked for the start to not quit again. Now you're saying this. Look, I did not enjoy unranked, man. Like, unranked was a fucking shit show, to be honest. I did not like it. And again, maybe that's just me. Maybe unranked, maybe different players would like unranked, but dude, I did not find unranked enjoyable at all, actually. It was an absolute clown fiesta. Yeah, dude. Listen, okay, it is indeed the road to 3K. Road to 2K, you'd have to unsubscribe and, like, charge back. Please don't do that. Then we're both getting in trouble. You know, well, look, I'm still drained, guys, okay? I need, like, I need a day to recover, okay? I need a day to recover. I actually haven't been this sick for a very long time. I haven't been, like, properly unwell for, honestly, for years. I messed up, guys, with the drop farm. Baloo, or the Prime. Or Baloo. I appreciate it. Can Steam people play with non-Steam? Yeah, it's all the same servers. That is right. I'm an unranked enjoyer. I've wasted too much energy being angry in ranked. Yeah, I mean, I think that's understandable. You know, it's, you know, I would probably remove unranked, but I know that some people just kind of want to play chill. Although, in some ways, like, having a distinction between unranked and ranked almost inherently makes it, almost inherently enforces that ranked is sweaty, right? Like, if you say, oh yeah, this game mode is ranked, this one isn't, then people are going to go, oh yeah, this one's going to be like high pressure, high stress, and the other one isn't, you know? So it's kind of a weird thing. I think that, you know, ranked being a bit more intense is almost enforced by the game itself. If you just have one mode that's ranked, I almost feel like maybe that just works out fine, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, it's just ranked. There's no such thing as unranked. I've juiced the site. Ah, very nice. That is good. We've got to get up to date. We've got a pretty good operation now. We probably need to address PvP, actually. I need a couple of PvP gamers to do some stuff on the site there. But I think PvE is actually coming along quite nicely. And so is World vs. World. I'm feeling pretty good about World vs. World. And yeah, I think we just need a couple of PvP gamers for the site, and it should be looking pretty good, I think. Love to see it. Yeah. Very nice. How about tea time with PvPers after Tournament of Legends to hype up Motor? I mean, I think maybe I'll talk to Helseth at some point about the new PvP mode, actually. But maybe not like a tea time, but just like a little bit of a talk. Deadeye range should be 2,500. That is correct, yes. Ex-Nivos there. Thanks for the content. Hey, you're welcome. And the hype train is incoming. Dude, the hype train has been attempting to start, but it cannot start. I will save this Willbender. They're becoming an HCM command. I'm starting my train tomorrow. Is there a guide on how to set up logs on the Hardstuck website? I mean, honestly, you know, like, it's pretty easy. I just use Plenbot for all of my logging needs, but I'd actually really recommend, what's it called? Like Arc DPS Log Manager. That thing's really good for that. It gives you like a very good overview of it. I'm not sure if we have a guide for that, but maybe we should. Are you gonna play? No, I'm gonna commentate. I'm not playing today, guys. I'm still not really feeling up to it. I will commentate though. Yo, Mental with the Prime. Love to see that. 5 billion years in a row. Very, very nice. I was excited. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I will be playing in all future events, though, and probably the 3v3 season a lot with Fungus. Oh, Zagaro. It's been a little while, actually. Welcome back. I feel like I've got to play some Command and Conquer music to celebrate the return of Zagaro. This is not really going very well, is it? Boom. 2 warrior builds already now. Tomorrow I do Spellbreaker. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the builds, actually, because I feel like once we get everything up to date, I think it'll be relatively okay to maintain stuff, you know? We're just very, very behind. Because, like, the PvE section is starting to actually look pretty good. There's a couple of things that need to be added, obviously, but PvE is really getting there now. And I think especially because there's no more elite specs, stuff is not going to change that fast. It's like maintaining it shouldn't be the end of the world. Nice. My EBG content is dead. The other team's bailed. Oh yeah. Okay, guys. Also, I'm actually doing real fucking content, by the way, like actual content. Next week in World vs. World. I need to come up with a good operation name. Okay, for this, we need, like, a good operation name. It's gonna be, like, Operation Creeping Mold or something like that. But we're gonna actually play World vs. World as ArenaNet intended next week with Fungus. And what I mean by that is that we are going to fully take over a borderland, maybe even EB, and do the actual mechanics. We will scout, we will roam, we will gank, okay? And we will have multiple squads set up and fully control the map and upgrade everything on it to tier 3. Actual full World vs. World operations. And we're going to do it with Plenix and Lara, because that's fun. Yes, we will actually play to win. We will play to win and see what happens. Yeah. It's going to be good, guys. It's going to be epic. It's going to be some epic gaming. And we'll obviously be fighting as well, right? We will be fighting. We will have fight squads about the place. We'll go and defend stuff when people attack it, right? It's going to be great. Heel Scrapper. Funnily enough, I think Jimmy actually wrote the Heel Scrapper guide on Hardstuck, so I'm pretty sure that actually exists. I think the real key is that you want to get the combo finisher on the one that gives extra barrier and the one that gives extra cleanse. Because there's one where if you combo it, like you chain reaction it, you get Condy Cleanse, and there's another one that's if you chain reaction it, you get Barrier. So I think you want to make sure you get the chain on those. And just like use like the cleanse one as much as possible. This is an absolute fiesta. We have a bunch of down states. I want to go in. The comma's a necro though, so kind of quite rightly a little bit worried about going in. I understand that. I get it. Not a single enemy to show up. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think we're on a pretty active... let's see, who are we up against? We're up against Melandru's Dome and Fortune's Veil. It feels pretty active so far. You know, we're getting... You know, there's some fights going on here. Feels pretty okay. Very exciting, very exciting. Hype train level 1. Wait, we're apparently hype train level 1 as well. Nice. Wait, we're in tier 1? Wait, this is tier 1? Oh shit. That's crazy, actually. Yeah, I think people on this server wanted to drop down, actually. I think Kill messaged me that people wanted to drop down a bit. Wait, oh, I didn't realize we were in tier 1. I actually assumed we were in a very low tier, in fact. I didn't realize that. Tier 2 this week for better fights. Is other fight groups from tier 2 coming up to tier 1 next week then? Almost no real fights. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah. General mobilization to drop to tier 2. Do not PPT. Lose skirmishes by any means necessary or consequences was a message I saw. Yeah, I think people want to drop. We are losing, to be fair. So it looks like we might be succeeding in that goal. There is that. Wait, what is this? Where are my MC Teapot enjoys? Wait a minute, is Frivolous Frog actually in on this as well? Guys, the conspiracy is spreading here. Like, yesterday we had this crazy operation of people, like, spamming the YouTube chat, like, infesting the YouTube chat with some really weird stuff. And now I'm thinking that more people might be in on it. Frivolous Frog could very well be fully activated. Frivolous Frog. Reset was quite disappointing. Yeah, I think there wasn't really a lot of fighting going on Reset. We just kind of showed up and killed everyone. Which is a bit of a... It's not ideal, is it? My server's reset was good, NA gang. I mean, you're literally mold, Hoth. You are literal mold. Yeah, I need to log on to WoW and see if people have crafted my gear. Okay, like that's what I need. Why has the guild not crafted my gear, guys? What is this shit? Sending a heal Vindy, one's way to plunge health into one. They have unionized? They might well have done. They're not making my gear, and that's unacceptable. I haven't done any max level content on my ult, but crafted 9 pieces of gear. Yeah, I've basically done heroic... I've done, like, maxed heroics on 4 characters. It's pretty fast. I actually really want to do some heroics as DPS. I want to see how other tanks play the game. Because I only ever see the tank POV, guys. I never see the DPS POV. I'll do a bunch of heroics on my Resto Shaman, I think. Buy gold, Spin. You're literally forced to buy gold. This is why we need to boost, Spin. If we boosted, you wouldn't even have to pay your sub. Just think about that. I got to max level in this game, but did nothing else. Well, I mean, there you go then. Oh, you bought an entire ton of health pots for the girl. Oh, shit. Dude, how much did you swipe, Vivi? Jesus. Yeah. That's actually crazy. Is Heroic Week next reset? It is, yeah, so we're all going to be going there. I think my plan for Heroic Reset is probably up at 5 AM, do all of the delves on my characters, on my 2 Death Knights and Bear, and then do M0 with the guild for the rest of the day, and then do raid. Boom. Melon is now a purple title. Oh, shit. Oh, this. Let's see, what do we got here? Ah, yes. Renegade. Ah. Dude, LC... Bro, look how much fucking damage there is now. That's crazy. Wait, what was Subi doing? What is this, bro? Did he not have the spear, or did he die or something? Dude, it's so overpowered. Oh my god. What an insane build. That's crazy. Yeah. Renegade is not good at 10%. It's the only relevant part. I mean, it was still top DPS, right? But I guess not quite as... Well, actually, you know, we need to look at the Enraged Smash. Oh, yeah, it does not do very well here at all, actually, does it? I guess you can't really be in melee that much. I guess you also don't have enough range, do you? Yeah, because you're out of range. You only have 600 range, right? So that's just no good. And that's where the verts come in. Although, to be honest, the thing is, you could probably come up with a different strat, right? Like, the thing is that the entire strat is designed around vert, right? So you just need to adjust the movement in order to, you know, to play it differently. For example, I think you could do triple greens, right? If you did triple greens, then you just have uptime the entire time because you just go out a little bit to the side and you don't have to deal with the double beam, right? So you just have to adapt the strategy. It's like, yeah, like the current strat, you need range, but there are other strats that could not need range. Oh yeah, Grim says you can just do greens. Yeah, exactly. You can just do a different strat, and then the Renegade can be good. FBI wins the 3v3 tournament. I think the 3v3 tournament's going to be pretty interesting, actually. I know that some people have come up with some pretty interesting cooks. Some cooks. Fungus. Luaran is playing in the 3v3. Support Chrono. I am going to spectate and full commentate Luaran's gameplay in every round, by the way, guys. That's actually the main reason why I'm not playing. All I want to do is just cyberbully Luaran as much as possible. Wing 8 wishlist. Toughness fixation. Please don't let the boss stand in the middle. Well, it could be another tank mechanic as well. Specific roles that must be fulfilled, like Kadim 1, Lamp, Kite. Bonus must be a harder roll similar to Push, Kite, and Wing 5. Not a huge fan, actually. It'd be great if the bosses have not so high HP. On normal mode, sure. On legendary mode, there needs to be a DPS check. One-shot mechanics. Isn't it amazing you can execute a very hard mechanic that could otherwise down or kill you? I mean, yeah, they probably have to make the mechanics punishing. But it doesn't have to be a one-shot, right? Like, you know, Saras proved that you can have some Like, you know, kickoff stuff like the beam, that's also pretty good. And like the you know, like the despair AoEs. No more events like Escort. It's actually really surprising to me that people haven't clued in that it's almost certainly going to be Greer, Decima, and Ura as the raid bosses. So it's three bosses. Yeah. I always speak against... Oh, man. Okay, guys, I don't want to say this. This is a Guild Wars 2 player take. And not because Guild Wars 2 players are noobs, it's because Guild Wars 2 players do not know what good encounter design looks like. And it's not their fault, by the way. It's simply that encounter design in Guild Wars 2 is very mediocre. And quite paradoxically actually, Guild Wars 2 fights are slow. Very slow compared to fights in other MMOs, which is weird, right? Considering that, you know, Guild Wars 2 is considered to be the faster game. But yeah, the fights are slow compared to Final Fantasy and WoW. And this is why, like, basically, the encounters are boring sometimes. Like, stuff like Ceres normal mode and Dagda are boring because nothing happens. You know, I was watching Lara, I believe, do a boss in the story, actually, in Final Fantasy, and the fight was, I shit you not, guys, it was like over 10 minutes. It was like 10, 15 minutes long. But here's the thing. All of the players, and of course, Lara herself, were engaged the entire time, despite the encounter being extremely long, because there was stuff going on the entire time. There were mechanics that they had to avoid, there were attacks they had to dodge, things they had to resolve, right? In order to defeat this encounter, even though it was pretty damn long. It was like a good, you know, 10 minutes at least. And it was a story boss, by the way, based. And also, dude, it was kind of winning too. It was like one-shotting people too as well. Very cool. Love to see that. But anyway, yeah, like, encounters being long, it's not bad, right? Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, if the encounter is boring, that's if it's problematic. Like, if it's not doing anything, if you're not engaged, then it's a problem. Here we go. The trial bosses can win. Well, I mean, look, I don't know how Final Fantasy XIV works, guys. It was like a boss, and there was like a 20-minute cutscene at the end of it. I assume it was something to do with the story. And I believe they were locking themselves to the minimum eye level, so that's probably why it took a little bit longer. Because they had essentially, you know, very mediocre gear for that, obviously. But, yeah, I think that, fights being long is not inherently bad. HP numbers being high is not inherently bad. Fights being boring, on the other hand, that is bad. Like, you want your fights to actually have something going on. There needs to be, like, actual content going on. Let's go. Where's the tournament? In about 15 minutes. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. Min eye level normals. Well, I think they were doing it for the RP, right? They were doing the role play experience. God of World versus World, by the way, guys. Look at this. Rank 10k, Core Warrior, Bloodlust Sigil. One of the Mold Wars. Look, I need to actually recover. Oh, dude, this is so bad. Look, what am I going to do, guys? Okay? Like, I've been sick this entire week. And I have to do WoW all of next week. And then Mythic starts after that. Bro, when am I going to have any time to recover? This is terrible. Well, you know, look. Out of the frying pan, guys, into the fire. It is what it is, I suppose. Is there a queue? Yes, there is. 7 queue, but I'm leaving soon anyway. Yes. But yeah, I will organize Mold Wars. I'll be organizing Mold Wars, Operation Creeping Fungus, and a variety of other things. And I have to organize Project Fungo as well. God damn it, dude. I have so many things to do. At least the website's going pretty well. The website is going well. Oh, fuck. I need to announce Motor as well. God damn it. I do need to do that. And I have to then write the code for it. This is, yeah, this is an experience. Incredible. Project NA is also coming. I will be doing Project NA. NA month is happening, and I will save NA. I have a couple of good ideas for Operation NA as well, guys. Operation NA will honestly be no issue to me. You won't stream. I mean, I shouldn't. I'm probably just going to do the 3 of you two and then turn the stream off, guys. I think. I'm still not feeling very well. Thing is, I really want to stream WoW, but I feel like absolute shit. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'll fully admit this. I want to stream for the minimum amount of time today. I really want to stream and do like I want to show you guys like the story and some of the heroics and stuff, and you know, like the world quests. Some of the open world is actually pretty okay in WoW right now. I'm actually rather impressed. I want to show that to you guys, but I really don't feel up to it, to be honest. Here we go. Cursor AI write the code, then fix the mistakes much faster. Well, yeah, honestly, maybe AI does need to save the day. NA Army Camp. I think the first step... I think I'm actually going to take a similar approach to Fungus, actually, in Operation NA. I think I'll do, like, a Peepo inspection, but for open world. Because what I really want to get people doing, I need to cook up basically like mega hard carry open world builds for like meta events and stuff. So I want to cook up, I want like one build for every profession that's basically like Selly Blood Scourge. Okay, we need a build of that quality for every profession. What's a good idea for Thief? What's a good build to, like, hard carry people with in open world on Thief, guys? The thing is, I feel like you could say Spectre, but I don't know. That just doesn't feel very good to me, because, like, Spectre to me feels like it lacks AoE. And I think that if you don't have, like, a build that has, like, mega AoE, it just does not feel good in open world. Because, like, Tempest is easy, because you can just play, like, any Alak Tempest build. Herald, obviously. Firebrand, obviously. What's a good, like, carry warrior build in open world, actually? I guess Quickness Berserker is pretty based. Does a lot of damage, actually. Ranger? I think Ranger is actually a little bit tricky as well. Because... like, Celestial Alak Druid is... it's not the best. I guess maybe it's okay in open world, though. Quickness Untamed. Yeah, Quickness Untamed is good for open world. Although, Quickness Untamed, I feel like is one of the most overrated builds out there. Like, someone tell me how Quickness Herald is not just basically like a scuffed version of Herald. That's what it sounds like to me. Yes. God damn it. Power Boon Chrono with Relic of Rivers and Weapon Sigil of Stamina is bonkers. Perma improved Alak and quickness. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that's Like if you're playing like in a open world Zerg group, you're gonna have both of those anyway. But yeah, Sword and the Relic of Rivers is definitely pretty good sometimes. It's a very powerful relic. Did that guy get caught and die? Looks like he didn't. Incredible. Untamed will never be fun again. Yeah, like I do miss the old Untamed. Old Fervent Force Untamed was so good. But it probably, you know, it maybe wasn't the best designed thing in the universe. And I can take a look at it, Link, if you want me to have a look at the design. I will take a look. I'm going in. It's more like, look, the goal with Project NA, guys, is to get people playing builds and engaging in playstyles that actually have impact in open world. Like, that is the key. Like, that is the big key for me. Firebrand build? It's, this. Enjoy. It's a Celestial Shattered Aegis, Permeating Wrath, Firebrand. It's full Selly, Feber Relic, full Celestial, Mace Shield Spear, Energy Stars, and then Energy Fire on the weapons, and Balthazar Rune. And then Concentrate. You want Boon Duration Food, Magnanimous Maintenance Oil, I think, for more Boon Duration. And then Celestial Food, obviously. Because I think the really important thing that you want to do is you want to give people builds that are like very high impact in open world. Like that's the key. And I think that there are some really, really powerful options. Like the Selly Blood Scourge. The Selly Blood Scourge is the best example of this. Like that build is just, it's so high impact, right? Like if you just have like one or two of those in an open world group, it makes such a big difference. Like the win rate of even you know, more challenging events and so on will be significantly you know, improved by having a couple of Celestial Blood Scourges. It's very strong. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Boom. Good group carry build for Necro. I've been struggling since HUD to find Necro build and enjoy playing. It's only a spec I have no playtime on. Blood Scourge. That is what you want to play. There's a couple of variants. You can play it with Curses or with Soul Reaping. But you play Scourge, Blood Magic, and then either Curses or Soul Reaping. Like, Soul Reaping's like more support, and then Curses is more damage. That build, very good. Very strong.
Hey Teapot, ultra casual player here.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that you've been a boon to the gw2 community.
Yeah, you're right.
Thanks for all the entertainment and the hard work you've put into the game.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for the 420. I like it. Very funny. Build variants have a discoverability issue. You should have a sub-listing for each variant in the OV, so you can have one page for each version while the user can look individually. There's no space in the current design. It's all being this. Like, what? Okay. This is actually a... This is actually a very complex problem. The issue we're running into now is that... Yeah, okay. I think this issue needs to be thought about a lot, Linker. Here's the thing. We're getting into this really interesting position where you're almost going to need to have, like, different versions of builds for people who have different expansions. Like, especially with how Soto and Janthea Wilds work. Not everyone is going to have Soto. Not everyone's going to have Janthea Wilds in the future. So that means not everyone's going to have Spear. Not everyone's going to have Weapon Master, which actually adds a lot of complexity to, like, how you need to set up builds. It's actually a very... Need to really sit down and think about this, like, how you go about doing this. The problem is that you actually don't... The complexity here is that from a design perspective, you don't want the user to have to do that much work to get the information they want. For example, like, an obvious solution to this is that on the site, there is a... Like, you can tick off all of the expansions you've got. And then it will automatically, like, spew out what builds you can play, and, like, it will show you the correct variant that, you know, that you'll be able to play. But the problem is that actually requires a decent amount of input from the user, and that means that you really have to clearly telegraph that. And what if they forget about it and they end up on the wrong version, and now they're looking at builds that they actually... are slightly suboptimal, that they could actually play like the fully optimal version because they bought the expansion. Yeesh. It's yo, Draza and boys, how you guys doing? Stay tuned for motor announcement, by the way. I haven't forgotten. I've just been really sick all week, unfortunately, guys. So I've been a little bit slow on the announcement there, but don't worry, I'm working on it. We are working on it. A little tag saying what expansion is needed. Yeah, you absolutely could, but what if you don't have that expansion, right? Another motor coming. Yeah, motor is going to be coming. Probably towards the end of October, if I had to have a little guess on where we're going with that. Yeah. Well, the issue I have, Linker, it's not even really, like, communicating to people that there are variants. It's how do you get the user looking at the right variant? Like, that's the key. Donate a legendary? Nice, love to see that. API input. Yeah, I was actually just thinking that, Joystick Junkies, is that, yeah, maybe it could automatically serve you the right builds based on your API key. But then you're saying, this is the problem, right? Like, that sounds really cool to me from a tech perspective. And honestly, we could maybe even implement that, like, as a setting on the site just for fun. But realistically, that's never going to serve the majority of users because most users aren't going to have an account on the site, let alone input their API key as well. So really cool from a technical perspective. That's the kind of system that I love making. But again, I don't think it's actually very useful because of just, you know, you have to design a system. Like, if you actually, like, I've got the numbers on this, guys. Like, people do not look at websites for very, very long. Like, people are on, like, the Hardstuck website for, like, half an hour, right? Most of the time. And, like, 15 minutes, half an hour. And because of that, like, you need to figure out how to serve people the right information off, like, a very low amount of time, right? And you have to do it in a way such that the user can be very passive as well. The user does not need... You don't want the user to do a lot of work to get the information they want. And it's actually very complex, given the way Guild Wars 2's build system is actually going. It's an incredibly non-trivial issue. Like, the way the game is right now is actually very hostile to build websites, funny enough. It's actually really difficult to make a build website, I think, for Guild Wars. Yeah, but this does need to be... We need to actually come up with a long-term solution pretty quickly, because bear in mind, guys, every year this is going to get worse. Every single year there's going to be, like, a new combat feature that's going to be locked behind an expansion that not all users are necessarily going to have access to. Which is kind of interesting. Clicking builds that ask you what expansions you have, and you click it, spits out the ones that you can use. Yeah, that isn't like the issue I would have with that is that does that feel like a good user experience? I'm not sure if it does. That feels very invasive, very, for want of a better words, clunky, right? Like you're gonna have this very disrupted, interruption heavy flow of user experience, which I don't think is particularly good. But yeah, we'll have to come up with a couple of, we'll have to think about it a little bit. So, well, no, I agree, like, you know, yeah, 100%, like, it's not a bad idea, you know, it's a very logical idea, in fact, but, you know, it's very hard to make, to, like, kind of have, you have this kind of balance between, like, having a very precise experience and, like, a smooth experience here that you have to try and find a way to mix it up. Put an HTTP filter and then X-click away if I don't need anymore. Well, I mean, you definitely could do that, but I guess the issue is what if the user just forgets about that, right? Because, like, you're gonna, if you want to have, like, some kind of filtering system, you're gonna have it, like, either very, very, I guess you could make it very, very prominent so it's, like, really hard to miss, but trust me, people fucking miss this shit, okay? But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, like some kind of filter system could definitely work. Take the pill into the build overlay, so it's basically the tag for the build. I mean, yeah, maybe, but you'd be surprised what people miss. I feel like it's quite difficult to get people to not forget things. Access the necessary info. I mean, it absolutely can. I know the struggle. Yeah, hey, look, maybe you can give us some advice. I'm not really much of a UI designer myself. I just make things that mostly work. Should give Linker a call. Tell him what we should do. Save us, Bromicron. Save us from this apocalypse. We should add you to the Discord, and you can tell us what to do. It's not publicly accessible. It's publicly accessible, but you know, the issue is the anonymity, right, Rim? Like the problem is that even in the WoW Armory, like the game doesn't know who you are unless you sign in, right? And like you're not really gonna get most people to sign in. It's like, yeah, like you can, if it was like the WoW Armory, you could like publicly look at other people's accounts, but not necessarily your own. And you still wouldn't have any way of identifying like a random web user to their account, right? That's the kind of thing that you gotta go for. Oh yeah, let me just get SMC, guys, and we're gonna get into the AT. Nice. Boom. Let's go. Surely we get the castle, guys. Surely. Kill the Lord. The comp's pushing. It's time. How did the 3-3 go? It hasn't started yet. It's about to start now. I'm just getting this Stone Mist Castle and we're getting in on the action. No. We will now... Oh, I think we're actually about to die. Well, I guess it's AT time then. It's not looking good. We have been smushed. Right, daily AT. And by daily AT, it's actually monthly AT, which is in fact... weird AT. Don't be on the new PvP mode, he doesn't like it. I think I very much broadly agree with his take, actually. Oh, well, I mean, look. Rabble, that's for tier 1. broadly, his actually main concern is not necessarily with the game mode. It's the fact that he doesn't like that they're trying to do Conquest and this at the same time. Helseth also actually mirrored this as well in his perspective on his stream than when he was talking about it. And I'm actually inclined to agree. Like, it might actually be better just to go all in on this new mode if people like it and it does well and actually ditch Conquest. I would hate that, and I would probably stop playing PvP and not play PvP. But it's probably the best decision for the game, right, overall. But anyway, more on that later. I'll probably do a little video talking about it. It should be discussed. Anyway, let's go. It is time. It is time, my friends, for the 3v3 AT that never was. It's back. Monthly variety. It crashed last time. The game's never ended. It was very funny. But we are now back. We've got 6 rounds. The triumphant trio will be crowned today. Let's see what all manner of absolutely degenerate team compositions we have. Oh, we actually have Misha playing here. Let's get in there. It's time. Yeah, unsurprisingly here, we actually have a pretty decisive victory so far here for the red team. This is one of the most powerful teams. It's going to be Frey and Draza playing here. And yeah, Warrior is insane right now. So we actually have a double Warrior for the DPS here. Berserker Amulet with Rune of the Scholar, with that Spear, and of course, Dagger Sword. This build is absolutely insane. To be honest, this is like the slight support variant, actually, that is actually very common. This, even before Spear, this was actually seeing play in, PvP. Funnily enough, actually, with Staff instead, actually. But either way, very, very powerful. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, Harrier's Toss. It's a very good ability here, as it turns out. Very, very, very good indeed. Okay, wait, whoa! Okay, this is an incredibly epic team. We actually have Nico, Skelling, and Luaran here in the mix. They're going against Mad Mark, Schnoozy, and Tarantula God. Tempest, Willbender Druid versus Chrono, Reaper, and Vindicator. You know, Vindicator has been nerfed, actually, so kind of an interesting choice, I think, to go with this with Nico. Obviously, it will still have its damage output. And actually, this is with the Spear as well, actually, as opposed to anything else. So we have Spear, Staff here, kind of this hybrid damage output there with the Tyrant Amulet. Let's see what's going on. We actually have a lot of pressure going on to the Druid. Nico going for the kill, actually finds it. Is there a glyph available? No, this is actually like a DPS Tempest almost. Yeah, it is. With the Spear, in fact. Willbender with the damage output, and Druid is kind of being the support. So the support from the blue team has collapsed. I think the red team should be able to get this done here. And there it is. The kill has been secured. Tarantula God has been eliminated. That's going to be a 2-1 advantage here for the red team. Very exciting. Yeah, very interesting Tempest build, actually. Sage Amulet, Rune of the Engineer, toughness and condition damage, then Relic of the Trooper, using this Spear here with Fire, Earth, and Tempest. With like a little bit of a, it's kind of a support build, but obviously, I guess, trying to do a little bit of damage as well. Using the Spear, which is not really a support weapon. And we have like some damaging, like Strength of Stone there, some like a bleeding application and so on. A lot of support traits there. It's a very interesting build. This is a very, very interesting build. Okay, let's see if they're going to be able to close it out. Can the red team get this done? You know, 3v3 is interesting. To be honest, I think it works a little bit better than 2v2. I prefer it personally. 2v2 can get a little bit composition oriented. I think there's a little bit more freedom in the 3v3s. Which is kind of nice to see. I'm expecting to see a bit of variety. As we get to the top, I think it's going to get very warrior-y, to be honest. Warrior is pretty insane right now in PvP, which is slightly bullying a lot of builds out of the meta, pretty much. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so red team just got to get this done. And I think they're oh, it is a relog, actually, from the Druid to the Support Guardian. Going for, I guess, a little bit more kind of tankiness there. Oh, no renewed focus, though. A really interesting support guard build. Usually, you really want that renewed focus to give you that breathing space to survive. But going with the Signet of Courage instead, if the red team identifies, they should just be hard focusing this core Guardian. Guardian without that renewed focus is a very vulnerable, squishy target. However, it is going to be Luaran going into the downside. However, we also have the enemy support there. And actually, Tarantula got his downside there as well. Skelling connects his massive DPS on the Reaper. And there comes the rally. And this is going to be a victory in favor of the red team. And Luaran just getting smushed at the start of that game. But the team came through with the damage. Was able to win the rally war. and get the job done. We actually have a GM watching this as well, guys. Like, love to see that. But there it is, guys. Tarantula God has been vanquished in this particular match. And good news, the tournament is actually working this time. So we're off to a good start. Let's see if we've got any other... I think, yeah, is this round ending, actually? I'm not really sure what's going on. It's being a little bit weird with how this is kind of appearing. What about this Erosic match? Do we have anything going on here? We actually do. Yeah, oh, hang on, wait. We actually have two pretty juicy teams. Yeah, we have Prototype, actually. K-Tronada and then Nex in here as well on the Spellbreaker. Going up against Erosic. Well, about to defeat Erosic, Sakaya, and Syndra. Syndra playing the Spectre here with the Blightbringer relic, the brand new one there. Of course, a lot of poison on Spectre, so getting that AoE crippling weakness certainly going to be powerful if you have that poison application. Of course, in Deadly Arts, there is loads of poison stuff going on there. And of course, we have Erosic and Sakaya, but they actually get 3-0'd. This is a powerful call. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff like this. That support Chronomancer in here, of course, with, Rifle Spear, actually, yeah, for a bit more CAC. A little bit more damage, actually, on the Chronomancer on support here, with the Heretic Amulet, and that's where the Spear is going to come into play there, right? Like, having that power and precision with the healing power, but also the Ferocity. Going to be getting that DPS on the Spear, contributing to the fight a little bit more on the damage side there, as well as the support. Prototype on the Reaper and then the Warrior. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of that. A lot of Reapers, a lot of Warriors, a lot of support Chronos, obviously. So, powerful team comp, and Red Team get the job done. They have achieved their victory here. Is that the end of this round? I wonder if there's any close games. I can't really see super well. Let me see if there... Okay, we can see the Melon game, maybe? Ah, here we go. We actually have Melon. Wait, dude, seriously, can people just play on their mains? Guys, please! We got Sloth. I have no idea who this player is. And we have Melon here. A Bench Warmer, Spell Hunter, and Astralaria on the blue team. Red team about to get it done. Ah, slightly different setup here, actually, with the Mirage. I think it's a Power Mirage, I believe. Yeah, it is going to be this Power Mirage using that Spear. Definitely a build that, you know, is kind of popping up there. This is a key focus of the Spear with Mesmer, is actually creating this Power Mirage build. With Relic of Rivers, actually, for that Alacrity uptime. With two Spellbreakers, guys, you better get used to this. This build is such a beast. Like, with the Staff and the Spear, of course. So, I think it's a slightly less aggressive build compared to what we saw being played by Draza and Frey, of course. But still very, very powerful, indeed. Cleaning up their first match here. Is there anything else going on? Or are we going to the next round? All right, then. Here we go. Oh, we actually have a 2-2. Wait, what? Dude, Blamthrax, Guragashi, and Terras. What the hell is this? That's crazy. These are some real blasts from the past here, but Blamthrax is going to be eliminated. Man, we're catching these games right as they end. This is crazy. And actually, Garkos, Vicious, and Archangel Hina get the job done and defeat the blue team. Garkos, I think one of the I would say one of the most legendary ranked PvP players in Guild Wars 2 at this point. He is notorious. He sends me clips of him demolishing people on his Condi Thief and Willbender quite often. Very much love to see that. Yeah, Garkos used to be a Thief main. He's definitely kind of a Willbender main these days. I see him play a lot of Willbender. And here he is, ready to pump, ready to infest the ranked ladder with his degeneracy. Love to see that. Yeah, Garkos is a beast. We all know it. Okay, so I think there might be like one more game going on somewhere. Oh, here we go. Actually, yeah, this one's not even close. Ooh, wait, who's winning? Oh, blue team is winning, actually. Oh, what a bloody game. One player fully dead on the blue team, but they managed to get this revival. Wait, is this a vengeance? This is a vengeance. Wait, surely we don't see a rally. We have the balance dance. He's got to go for it. Wait, he's going to land it. This could be huge. Oh my god, he actually rallied. No shot. No shot. I don't believe this. He gets the heal. He won the 1-in-4 and is now going to win the 1v1. Oh, gets hit by the stun though by the Reaper. The Reaper doesn't have a follow-up though. Oh, but the Connie's too much and the healing's going down. Wait, can he vengeance again? He's got to go for this. No. Oh, the Reaper actually just managed to connect there with that elite skill. Getting the stun on the Warrior. Oh, yeah, the Warrior maybe didn't have an evade, wasn't able to avoid that, and the Reaper kept the cool there, and yeah, had the stability to get that stomp. So there was no crazy second vengeance shenanigans there. Ah, that was a big stun there from the Reaper. So well done there to the Reaper for securing that kill. What a crazy comeback. Hey, we're on to the next round. So we have a variety of teams that could be interesting here. I kind of want to see who's playing, actually. I think a lot of people are playing in this, because this is a brand new title, right? Nobody has the title. Okay, Elite Wind Trader on the Dragon Hunter with Luna. And then whatever this is. Going up against It's Benny, Mr. Popular, and Ellie. Let's see. Let's go have a look at another game. I want to find the team that Roy is playing on. Okay, I have to watch this. You guys want to see some technology? Okay? We have the triple Dragon Hunter team, guys, coming up here. I don't know about this, Cole. Roy and Cole here on the Dragon Hunters, and they are ready to pump. Let's see how this one goes. So we have the triple Dragon Hunter, and they are just stacking up, utilizing their powerful defenses. Is it really working, though? Not totally sure about that, to us. They're trying to get these blocks off and bunker through all of this damage. Is it working? I mean, the blocks are coming through. Are they getting any damage output onto their opponents, though? The Sanctuaries are down, blocking the projectiles. Tempest supporting here from the red team. The red team is being repelled. They are actually being repelled now. And the Tempest is burning to death. The heals come through. Dagger, they don't know what to do. The red team is, like, in fear right now. Meanwhile, blue just solidifying their position. And in goes the red team. They're gonna go for it again. The damage connects. Oh, there are some attacks getting through. The cleanse is big, but again, the Guardians are standing firm. The defenses are holding. And the red team has lost a player. They're going to have to go for this revival here. They are able to get it. And the Guardians are going to be careful not to get lured out into the open, I feel like. A lot of damage is now connecting. The healing is decent. But is it enough? There's a water overload here for the red Tempest. The Reaper, I was right, the Herald is dead over here. And we have the blue team trying to connect and finish the job. They are succeeding in doing so. They have connected. And the blue team, with this unholy abomination. Wait, oh no! This is a joke. XD? The red team not happy about this. Roy getting called out for even engaging in this degenerate behavior. Sad GG. ArenaNet Roy dominating the player base here. Once he lost to the Guardian NPC, now he is the Guardian NPC. Okay. He's calling you bad right now. That actually doesn't surprise me. That actually really does not surprise me, guys. Roy is known as one of the most toxic players in the entire game. If I was a GM, I would ban Roy. All right, here we go. And once again, we activate. This, by the way, is a very exciting cook, utilizing Tenacious Defense to massively reduce the cooldown of Shield of Courage for very high block uptime. But they've actually got it! Wait, Roy instantly feeds! What? They get caught by the conditions. They're attempting to revive. But is it going to be enough? The Condi Thief burst is too much. The Scale Venom, the Basilisk Venom, and Roy's eliminated. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And all of a sudden, blue team in a lot of trouble here. I don't think they can really win this 2v3. That's not viable. They're not going to be able to chain their cooldowns effectively enough. They're attempting the heals. Cole downstate. I don't know about this. Cole also falling. And that's the end of that. Defeat. Instant destruction. I think maybe venturing forth from their hidey hole was maybe not the play. They were exposed. They were caught. They got caught, guys. Out in the open. and punished. Yeah, I mean, there's a big burst here. Right? That Scale Venom burst is going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of Torment that can come through. A lot of Torment connect, especially combined with this damage. The Herald is looking at the... Herald's looking the wrong way, guys. It's like, whoa, where are you guys going? Oh, I see we're going to a different defensive position here. Actually, you can see we're going into this choke point. Is the blue team. Let's see if they're able to hold on. The damage now connects. And I do actually think this is a good strategy from the red team. They're trying to, like, go for the surround. But they do have to actually peel out and play relatively defensive. They can't allow this damage to come through. There's going to be a lot of DPS. The attempted revive is going to happen. But, yeah, the Sanctuary is being deployed there, denying that entirely. That is simply not going to work. I think maybe a little bit too much aggression here from the red team. And they are going to end up falling here once again. The Dragon Hunt is just smashing, pounding through all of this damage output. And that's going to be the end of the Thief. Another very, pretty intense round there, I would say. Short and sweet, guys. Massive damage coming through. And the red team eliminated. Can they come back? I mean, they have been able to win a game. They were to get that pick. They were to get that catch. But really did not look very good for them. The red team just smashed into the defenses of their opponents and died instantly. And yeah, there you go. This is basically the cook, guys. It's Valor, Virtues, and Dragon Hunter. Incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff, guys. Basically, burn DH is what it is. And what they're doing is that they're linking Shield of Courage together with the block to mitigate all damage, like spamming Hallowed Ground for stability, Sanctuary for healing and projectile destruction. And they're constantly utilizing Tenacious Defense by applying Aegis to each other with Protector's Strike and Shield 4 to reset the cooldown of their F3 so they have, like, very high, like, AoE block uptime, essentially. You can see the damage does still kind of come through there, like 16 bleeds is pretty painful, but they do have all these Purging Flames, right? Because what they're doing is they're almost like a porcupine. They're dropping the Purging Flames on themselves for big AoE burning damage, but also the Condi Cleanse, right? They're able to cleanse a lot of conditions using this multi-purpose ability, right? It's 8 conditions removed, and of course they can drop all 3 of those at the same time with a short cooldown. Now, Roy is under pressure. He's going to have to renew here, I think. He does have to renew. But the thing is, I just don't think red team really has enough sustain to match this. Yeah, the Thief is going to fall here. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a defeat for the red team. I don't think they can revive that Thief. Just not enough meat. They aren't able to go toe-to-toe with this. There's simply too much, just almost like retaliation, right? Of course, that boon doesn't exist anymore, but they are getting punished for basically pushing into this powerful group. Kind of abuses the game, but okay. Red team not happy about this, and blue team wins. GG, well played. Apparently, the Not a Melon game is interesting. Let's have a look at that one. I am scrolling to find it. All right, hit. Whoa! What the hell is this? Triple Spellbreaker is activated. Not a Melon. Okay, Meridius and Sloth. Triple Spellbreaker. 3 O's. Prototypes team. Reaper, Spellbreaker, and Chrono. Utter demolition here from the Warriors. It can't be stopped. It is God. Yeah, I mean, who could have seen this one coming? But anyway, look, guys. It's early on in the expansion. It's going to be a little fiesta. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. It really is. We're going to have to just enjoy it. Going to have to embrace it for a moment, you know? What other games are going on? It's quite hard to see which ones are still going, actually. What about this one? What about that one? Oh, this one, apparently. Oh, never mind. Get Time Warped, Krog, Hollow, and Bane. Who is this player, by the way? I know this is someone's alt. Because I actually played against them in ranked, funnily enough. Here we go. And Bane. And they won. Congratulations. Well, there it is. Incredible. What else we got? Blam in the chat. He's back. He mains Guild Wars 2 once again. What about this game? Is that game still going? Oh, hang on. We got a 2-2. We got a big one. All right, what's going on in this matchup? Scourge in play, actually. Very interesting, but no cooldowns. This Scourge is potentially vulnerable. Will the red team converge? Yes, they will. The red team going for it. But actually, they get out. Shroud now coming up. Oh, nice positioning here by the Scourge, actually. Gets the Fear and the massive countercleave with the Shroud alongside the Harbinger, dealing so much damage. And blue team are able to get the job done and annihilate. Surely the red team can't recover from this. Well, I mean, yeah, they definitely can't. It's a 3v2. That's really not going to go very well, is it? And this Harbinger just annihilating, actually. So much damage output coming out from this build. Playing basically like the World vs. World roaming build, right? Like the Curses Death Magic setup. Carry an Amulet with Relic of the Centaur. I think a lot of people are actually playing this build power right now, but with Curses and Blood Magic, funnily enough, and then Harbinger. This is still the Condi, the World vs. World roam meta here. And they claim their victory. And I think that probably is. Is that the last game? I think it probably is. I believe so. That is the end of the game. Okay. Ooh, okay. This will be a fun one. I really want to see how the Cole team goes up against the Melon team. That is a triple warrior. If they can play against this, then they're in business. You know, they are gonna need to win into the triple warrior matchup. It's gonna be something, that's for sure. Okay, honestly, look. Let's see. We have Team Fungus here. Nico Skelling. Skelling, Feedmen leader. Also the leader of multiple guilds, actually. He leads multiple guilds in Guild Wars 2. Reaper main. Ready to go. Honestly, I'd play Lingering Curse here. But he's not doing that. He doesn't give a fuck. And here we go. Will he pump? He has to pump into the Tempest. Into the Daredevil. He's got to be a little bit careful of that Thief. Has no life force at the start of the game, so does need to be a little bit mindful of that, obviously. Does have the support from the Chronomancer to kind of get ramped up there, but actually already the damage is big. Ooh, lands a big stun. Luaran getting heavily pressured, though. Needs to be a little bit careful. Drops the double Time Warp down, I believe. And look at that Reaper damage connecting onto the Tempest. Tempest has used the immunity, but the support from the red team is good here. And they're able to get 2 kills, I think, almost immediately, and yeah, just not enough muscle there, not enough damage. The support from the Chronomancer gets it done, and Skelling kind of taking the brunt of the assault at the start of this game, but was able to weather the storm, and Nico was doing some serious DPS there, utilizing this spear on the Vindicator. And there it is. Fun game. Yeah, I really want to see this triple Guardian setup. We gotta go check this out, right? Wait, who's Plushie Pack, by the way? Who's Plushie Pack? Plushie Pack. Oh, it's these guys, yeah. Okay, Floor, Mamayas, and then Maya. Okay. Spectre is an interesting pick there. We'll see how that plays out. But we've got Misha on support Chrono. Honestly, will the support Chrono be good into the triple warrior? Well, we'll see. I want to see this call game, though. Let's leap into it. Here we go. All right, it begins. Oh, this is a good map for the Guardians, I feel like. They could, look, they could just camp in the spawn. Now, Timer is going to be relevant here. Bear that in mind, guys. Timer will be relevant because they'll eventually get forced to the middle, and that is honestly not going to be fun for the Guardians. But how can they deal with these warriors? They're actually going to get the downstate. They generate a downstate onto the Spellbreaker. Can they finish it? Oh, the banner res, though, comes through. They weren't able to get it done. Couldn't, I think they wanted to, they were trying to go for a stomp there, I think, trying to get in position, but weren't quite able to do it. The thing is that they are kind of on the timer. They will lose the timer game here, I believe, because they are going to be forced out of their hidey hole here. We could also see some potential technology being used. We could see the unblockable Signet be taken in, you know, because the red team are now going to be able to adapt to this, right? They're going to know what they're up against. They could probably package in Signet of Might, and then utilize that to kind of get through the defenses of their opponents here and utilize those spears. But that damage from the spear is so massive. The spear martial support is pumping. These Guardians are really having a tough time sustaining through all this. They're holding for now, but I'm not sure for how much longer. There's another block coming up for Cole. He's got the Sanctuary available. Is going to pop it. The Purging Flames goes down. The damage is big, but it's not big enough. Cole falls. And he gets stomped out there as well. Yeah, those War Banners really coming in handy here, actually, to secure those kills and also get those revives. I think we are going to see a defeat from the blue team. The Cook has been countered here by the Spellbreakers. There's just not enough uptime. And there's a double stomp from the War Banner, from the Spectator. And the red team achieve victory. Yeah. Golden Wolf with the Prime. Yeah, I mean, look, Warrior Spear, guys, it's a good weapon. It's a good... What is this character? Jesus. Very nice. 3 banners is disgusting, yeah. Warrior is really powerful in 3v3. Even before Spear, guys. Even before Spear was in play, Spellbreaker was very powerful. Like, not only the battle stand, but also, you'll notice that some of these players are, well, these are players are playing defense here, but I think over on the Draza team, they're playing with tactics, right? Because it almost has this, like, hybrid support element to it that makes it really, really powerful. And you can kind of play it with the Heretic Amulet, right? With the healing power and the damage. And you play, yeah, the old, like, staff build, too, is really powerful. Okay, we're going for a different approach here, but they immediately get CC'd. They're getting chain CC'd here. The CC from the Spear is massive. They're trying to take the fight up here to the middle. Let's see if that's going to work out. They're going to try and bunker it down, utilizing the projectile block. But the Spear Marshal support is still landing. It's still connecting very heavily. Cole going with that stability. One of them being chased down very heavily. Has renewed focus, is now using it. Has that block, trying to defend the team, but it's not quite connecting. The Warriors are finding these openings, finding the ability to connect that damage. The healing is big. But we're starting to run out of steam here. This is the thing about Guardians, right? You do run out of juice eventually, and the goal with these builds is to kind of prevent that from happening by recharging stuff, but it only works when you're in that very carefully confined area where you can chain those defensives correctly, and unfortunately, the epic idea is being shut down by the brute force instrument of the Warrior Spear. Goodness me. Yeah, I mean, Warrior is powerful, guys. You just have so much sustain on this build. Loads of Condi Cleanse, loads of damage output, loads of that sustain. I mean, look, the defense straight line, guys, it really does put in the work, you know? It's very, very good. The adrenal health and the cleansing ire, very powerful, especially with Spellbreaker, because you can just get so many burst skills off, right? You can just constantly reset your burst skills, continuously rotate through them, and end up just with like a huge amount of sustain by utilizing these abilities. We've even got the banner of tactics in here as well, balance stance, shake it off, so they have AoE Condi Cleanse for the team, and also that's a stun break as well, by the way, guys, like insanely good. I mean, Warrior in 3v3 is actually insane. It's very, very good in these kind of skirmish situations, which is ultimately what 3v3s are. And here we go. Can they make this work in this final round? The Guardians, they're going for it. They have decided to come up here to the middle again to try and kind of make their stand. Let's see if it's going to work. Have they changed their build? No, we're still playing the same build. Torch offhand for a bit more damage. But Cole's already fallen. They have to go for this res, but the ban is going to be landing very soon, I believe. Yep, it lands. And the damage connects. Roy, and I don't know about this Cole, they're in trouble. And I believe they are about to be cleansed from the Azura Arena any moment now. And yeah, there it is. ArenaNet Roy is being finished off. Achievements being earned by the red team. And boom, there it is. Roy is defeated. He's learned from the Guardian NPC, but has he learned enough? Let's see, are there any other big teams going on? I believe that's kind of most of the kind of main rosters, I believe, who are kind of going to be blasting. Let's see what Sin's team's up to. I think they've already won their match. Because they're probably having some relatively easier games now. Wait, what's still going, actually? What about the Garkos game? Man, wow, these are really fast. Holy shit. Dude, everyone's just getting deleted. What the hell is this? Ah, here we go. We have the match. Let's see what the status is. We've got the support Chrono here with the Spellbreaker. Oh, with a hammer, actually. And the Reaper. Ooh, they're actually behind, actually, against their opponents. We've got the double Spellbreaker and the Reaper. So let's see what the red team can make happen. They're already a little bit spread there. That's a little bit scary to me. I like the Time Warp here, slowing down the pressure, but that Reaper is already taking very, very heavy damage. Chronomancer needs to get the support. This Reaper needs to be kiting right now. Are we going to see a downstate? We are. Will we be attempting a revival here? I mean, we have to, right? We've got to go for it. We've got another Time Warp. Maybe that could be used here, but no, it's not going to happen. And red team, they're dead. But that was a little bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? Yeah, not the best start there. Then they got spread out there, unfortunately, and And that's kind of what the, you know, that's kind of what the blue team wants, right? They want to split them up, isolate those targets, and get it done. That is their mission. Oh, that's actually is one of the slower games, actually, by the looks of this. Everything else is like 3-0. What the hell? Oh, we actually have a very intense one here. Wait, we have a very close match. Blue team losing a player. It's 2-all right now with a player down on either side. And blue actually trying to get this revenge. Blue player in the downstate. Red trying to finish it off. Can blue somehow recover this? Both players from the red team are low, but oh, that's a brutal stun actually. And red are going to close it down. Finishing that kill. And there it is. Well, there you have it. Oh, that's the end of the round. Let's see. Do we have anything spicy coming up now? We need to see the triple Spellbreaker versus Misha's team, I think. That is what we need to see. We're not going to see it yet. Who is this team, actually? Exag. Okay. Ah, okay. Okay, this could be interesting, actually. We actually have a French cook. We have a French cook. And the French love their support Vindy. So we actually have two similar approaches here. We have, of course, Kill and Goku playing the Spellbreaker. One with Banner, and it's going to be one with Rampage, actually. So a little bit more aggression coming out here from from Kill, actually. And Goku having a kind of slightly more, you know, having that support playstyle. But actually, both of them playing pretty aggressive styles. We have Defense, Discipline there with Berserker Hammer, and Break Enchantments, actually, for that boon removal on their opponents. It's going to be Frey and Draza, both playing the exact same build, utilizing Tactics. Actually, this is what I was kind of talking about, right? I think it's Tactics here with Berserker, Relic of the Claw for more damage on CC. Of course, a lot of CC on Spear, and it's going to be Misha on support. So we actually have a double support here, utilizing the Mantra of Concentration for stability uptime. That makes a lot of sense for these team fights, right? Like having stability is a big enabler, allows you just to connect there, and combined with Balance Stance, it's going to be very high stability uptime here on these warriors. So let's see how this one goes, actually. I mean, we do have the support Vindicator. That's going to be like throwing some stuff in there. The healing output of this build is definitely very, very high, actually. You've got to bear that in mind. This is not a build to be underestimated. The French have played this in Conquest to very, very great effect. There's a couple of subtle differences in the warrior playstyles as well. So let's see which one is the best. Let's see who's got the best cook. And so far, Goku under some serious pressure here, trying to chain together his evades. Massive healing, though, coming through from the Vindicator. They're trying to now turn it around onto their opponents, but the pressure is just relentless, actually, onto Goku. And Goku may well be falling here very, very soon. The aggression from Frey and Draza is unending. Can he get his Defiance Suns off? Yes, he can, just barely. And he's going to resustain, but we need to see this blue team trying to turn this around. Now they're looking to find it. They're looking to get some damage onto Misha, the support Chromancer of the red team. Are they going to be able to get anything done there? How is Misha doing on cooldowns? He's a little bit low, but he's good in a couple of seconds. Backs off to get the resustain, gets the Mantra, now reactivate, has Distort and the Signet once again available. It's still needs to be a little bit careful there, charging up that Mantra. A little bit of a risky business that has some stability, of course. Time Warp gets dropped down there. I think this Time Warp is so powerful here. Slowing down those opponents is massive, but actually here comes the damage. Can the French Warriors connect? They're looking for this. They really want to get that Chronomancer. Of course, this does mean that the Red Warriors are free casting pretty much the entire time, but the support from Kill is looking to be good. And Misha is actually starting to run into a couple of difficulties here. He's really running out of juice. Does still have Continuum Shift. Heals himself up quite nicely, but his cooldowns are starting to look a little bit dry. Kites very well, though, and has been able to escape, but the Blue Warriors are looking to get back down to business here. This Vindicator, ooh, really nice kiting there. Really nice kiting there from the Vindicator on the blue team. And Misha getting very, very pressured, and he is going to fall. We have the Warrior, the Banner. It doesn't land. I believe we actually saw Goku land it first. Yes, he did. Goku lands it. And the French are looking to go up 1-0 in this best of 3, or best of 5, rather. 3v3 matchup. Draza falls. Frey falls as well. And a team that I think a lot of people would assume would be, you know, one of the teams that could win. One of the victors, one of the big gamers. Taken down by the French. Look, there's one thing I know, guys. When it comes to stuff like this, when there's a little bit of theorycraft involved, you can never underestimate the French. Kill Goku. And I assume this is Azaz, actually, who I believe also has a new account recently. Please, free me. Okay, but anyway. Here we go. Yeah. But yeah, some really very well played there by Goku. You know, like he was very, very heavily pressured, but he was able to weather that storm, just live through it enough to turn the tides, like back onto the opponents. Survived just barely, actually. And let's see if the red team's going to adapt. Last time they were really going after Goku. They did swap onto Kill after a while. So let's see if that is going... Oh, sorry, onto Azaz, rather. Let's see if that is actually going to be the plan going into this. No, they're still going very, very hard on Goku. Goku does sustain, though, very effectively. That Defiant Stance really putting in the work. A very powerful ability. Pretty much like a full heal in a lot of these kind of chaotic situations. Of course, inverting all damage into healing. Incredibly strong effect, mirroring that Herald heal skill, of course, over there on Revenant. And again, they're just going for the chrono. They're just going to go for it. And I think they're going to find him as well, I think, actually. Misha really struggling to hold on here. He's got nothing. He actually has nothing. Has the stealth, but that's the downstate. And Draza going for the revive. Lands it. But again, there's still not a lot for Misha. If the pressure continues, we're in trouble. And again, the support cooldowns are also running a little bit dry at this stage. For the red team, bear that in mind, right? Like, yeah, Misha used a lot of his sustain to heal himself. And that means there's also not much available for his team at the same time. And Misha getting beaten down and going for the Manta recharge. Needs to get some healing off. Has some barrier available. Kiting away very, very effectively. That's super speed. Incredibly useful here in that situation. Which, of course, Chronomancer has a whole bunch of in these PvP contexts. Gets that stealth, which is really, really nice. But we see the pressure is just unending. And the momentum clearly in favor right now of the blue team. And the sustain from this Vindicator... You can see the raw healing output of Revenant. It cannot be matched, guys. It's kind of a bit of a thing in all game modes, actually. Just the raw green numbers of Rev. It is hard to beat. It really, really is. And Red Team, they have not found the answer to this just yet. Ooh, hang on, though. A lot of bursts coming through there. You've always got to watch out for these spear attacks. And currently, Kill in a lot of trouble. Has the Spellbreaker, has the full counter available. Might be able to hold on, but does go down. Do we actually have a Revival banner available? No, we do not. And Red Team do actually manage to find the way to turn it around. Getting that connection. And Misha, almost like kind of being the same as Goku in that first game, right? He was able just to barely survive. And then all of the resources from Blue Team were committed onto getting that kill. And then the Blue Team crumbled. They crumbled to dust. Exclamation mark worms, I believe, is the command you're looking for. There you go. And Team Misha, take it back to a 1-1. But you look, guys, look on the bright side. There's only 4 Spellbreakers in this match. That's not that bad. And bear in mind, guys, we've got some build diversity. Look, we've got different supports. This is crazy. Okay, then. Let's get started. So let's see. It's 1-1 right now, so who can say where this game is going? Kill. Getting heavily focused there by these Red Warriors. Rampage has now been activated as well. Of course, it's a very powerful defensive tool too. It gives you that tankiness, right, when you're in this. Not only can you CC people and punch people pretty big, you also do have that damage reduction, of course, kind of packaged into that that elite skill. And it looks like we are going to be going for Frey this time, actually. Is going to be the big focus. Of course, both warriors do have the banner, so there's always that revive potential. If one warrior dies, the other can be revived. The only player who does not have that revive ability is the Chronomancer. And of course, the Rev doesn't have that as well on the blue team. Ooh, massive burst going through those Spear Marshal supports. That Spear 4 doing so much damage. If you're able to land it with a CC, denying the dodge from your opponents, the damage output is unbelievably fantastic. And Vindicator also in a little bit of trouble. There's a couple of heals left over and defensive tools coming up in a couple of seconds. Frey getting nuked right now. Has Defiant Stance though, so should be okay. Ooh, got CC'd. Was just barely able to hold on and get that stun break so he could actually live in that situation. Lots of stability coming down now, and Goku now under some pressure. Gets re-healed though. Has Defiant Stance up in a couple of moments as well. Holding on quite nicely. Has actually the Stomp as well for an additional stun break and, of course, even more CC. Difficult to get any kind of CC, I feel like. There's so much stability about the place with all of these builds applying not only stability to themselves, but also to their allies. Very hard to actually connect these powerful control abilities. Kill. Trying to hold on there. Still does have, like, he has Defiant Stance, so he's probably not feeling too bad right now. And both teams kind of looking for an opportunity. Kind of looking for when their opponents have got no cooldowns. So they can find that opening and get those kills and get that damage done. Meanwhile, the timer is ticking, which, by the way, could be relevant here. So keep an eye on that, guys. Rampage being used by Kill. It's kind of hard to say which team is going to have an easier time in Timer. I would say a big part of it is going to be like who has cooldowns up, like who has got their Defiant stance available. Because even though you won't heal after Timer, it's still basically an immunity, right? And having that immunity is going to be really powerful after the Timer. Oh, but hang on a minute. Frey in a little bit of trouble. The focus from Goku and Kill is starting to connect. Support from Misha is very good, though, and Misha playing very smart. Doesn't want to actually take any damage himself. Wants to focus all of his efforts on keeping his teammate alive. But there we have the kill coming through onto Frey, and the stomp is going to land. And Goku and Kill get it done. The support was not enough. The pressure from the French Warriors was too much. And I believe we are going to have a victory here in favor of the blue team. Red are going to play it out. And I do like that. Like, weird stuff can happen on time. I think this is the right play. They're going to try and hold on. Does Draza have access to Defiance? He does not, because he is, in fact, dead. Misha does not have the store either. So I think the potential for any kind of shenanigans is unbelievably low right now. Has no major defensive tools. Won't really be able to hold on super well in this matchup. And cannot do the miracle 1v3. Quite unsurprisingly, to be honest. And it's 2-1. In favor of Team France. There it is. Goku lands the banner. French Worms. And look. French Worms are pretty good at this stuff, guys. Yeah. Who is this warrior? This is Frey. We have Frey. The red team is Misha, Draza, and Frey. The blue team is, I think, Azaz, Kill, and Goku. All right, then. So this is it. If blue team can get this, they are actually going to take their opponents out. Red team, they've got to win 2 in a row now if they want to get away with this. Ooh, and Goku having a bit of a rough start there. Some relentless, ruthless aggression coming up from the red team. They are here to get the job done. They want their revenge for that last match, and Goku getting supported very nice. What the hell is going on with that Vindicator dodge animation? Some absolutely eldritch monstrosities happening there, but Draza maybe pushing the aggression a little bit too far, extending very heavily. Both teams need to be careful, though, actually. A lot of cooldowns being burned early on in this match, and actually the Vindicator, so low, 1,000 HP, has the shield block, I believe, but actually that's not entirely safe, as of course both teams are going to have a little bit of unblockable available to them. So it's a bit of a scary place to be if you're very, very low HP. But the resustain does come through. Some absolutely colossal healing outputs. But I think both teams hurting right now. Red team feeling pretty low on cooldowns right now. Draza wants to turn it around, though. Wants to keep the pressure up onto Goku. But I think blue team feeling like they're in a pretty good spot right now. They're able to get this pain train going on. Vindicator continuing that support there. And the Chronomancer from Misha, oh yeah, very low on stuff right now. No Distort, no Signet. This could be the end for Misha. He's in a lot of trouble, but Goku pushes forwards and takes very heavy damage. Can they get the downstate? This is going to get really close. He was going for the revive, and actually Goku's going to go downstate, and the banner lands. But can they turn this actually? This is not over. This is not over whatsoever. We actually have the crowd down. Oh, that was a nice pre-banner there. Both banners did get used. One for the stomp and one for the revive. That was very, very fucking clean, actually, there from the red team. They knew he was going downstate. They knew it, and they countered it. They precast the banner. No possibility of a stomp there. And we're going to take it to a 2-2. That's how it is. 2-2. A very bloody game there, like both teams pushing it to the limit. It's going to be red team getting the best of this one, but you can really see it's just very difficult. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, how far can you go with the aggression? How far can you go before you overextend? And Goku just not quite able to get it done before he himself was obliterated. All right. So this is all it comes down to. It is the ultimate grand finale. Well, at least of this round. It's not the actual grand finale, but it is a grand finale. 2-2. All to play for here in the Swiss round. Because, look, you want to be undefeated, guys, right? You want to be undefeated. That's what we want to see. Alrighty, then. And Frey. A little bit of under fire here. Under some pressure. Let's see. Will blue team go for a different strategy? Once again, dude, Goku is getting bullied, man. Red team just has a vendetta against this guy. They're just going for this kill, going for this warrior. Some huge spear damage connecting. Actually, Goku is in a world of trouble here. Uses the rampage there just for that defensive potential. Wants to go some damage onto Frey. Frey pops that Defiance. That's going to shut down the aggression immediately. Cooldowns have now been used, but of course, still plenty of support available from the Chronomancer. I like that Misha's playing this very smart here. I like what he's doing. He's only going in when he needs to. Doesn't want to soak any damage. He doesn't want to make himself into a target, right? Wants to kind of be out on the side a little bit. If people want to attack him, they've got to move out of position. But actually, oh my, Frey is dead. But the banner comes through, actually, there from Draza. Very clutch. That was so close to getting cleaved out, but not going to happen this time. But can he actually get his Defiance off? His Defiance off got interrupted. He was trying to go for the cast. Is there another revival available? Of course there is not, because that is not how it works. And I think the Frenchies, they're going to do it. They're going to beat 55 here in Swiss. The res was clutch, but not clutch enough. And, well, these teams are probably going to see each other later on in Elimination. But for now, it's back to the drawing board. Well, or back to the VOD review, at least. Maybe just the drawing board. I think it's going to be a case of execution rather than necessarily strategy or composition. We could see some rerolls, but I think it's relatively unlikely. But regardless, the French prove they've got what it takes to be the triumphant trio. Wow. I think that's actually the most intense match we've seen so far. Was that actually the slowest game, though? That's a good question. Yeah, I believe it was. We're going on to the next round already. I do want to check in with these Guardians, to be honest, like how these Guardians are going to work out. We still, of course, have the Cole team. Will they be able to crush their opponents? Okay. Can the Triple Guard, can they do it, guys? Can they defeat the Spellbreaker and the Reaper and the Chrono? I'm curious if we're going to see like a full bunker attempt here. I think the problem is that if blue team fully bunkers, I'm pretty sure that red team will realize they can literally just wait for the timer. And on timer, I think this gets very, very scary for the blue team. Yeah, they are going to attempt to go for a full bunker. And red team could recognize that this isn't going to work and just wait the timer out. Like, that is, in my opinion, very viable for them to do. They don't need to push. They are going to win the game on timer, I think. We have the unblockable on the Reaper as well. Some pressure through the wall. That's also kind of annoying, actually, like with the staff. Yeah, the shouts will hit through the wall as well. Now, I think that the red team does have to be a little bit careful not to just kind of really get in there and play into the trap of the opponents here. But as long as they just, like, burn a bunch of cooldowns, keep the pressure up, I don't really see the blue team's plan working here. Again, like, if red fully pushes in, then I think it could be scary for red, but I think red is going to have the awareness to not do that. And instead just go for pressure, be annoying, get some damage going, waste a bunch of cooldowns, and not necessarily full commit. Although it looks like they just might well be able to do that, actually. This Reaper doing a huge amount of damage. The Spellbreaker also doing a good job as well. Now, they have to do a little bit careful here, I think. They're almost getting surrounded here as well. This is kind of weird, right? They're not able to get their defensive block formation set up correctly. Oh, that's a really brutal stun. That might be kills. It is kills. That was a really massive stun there. Chilled to the bone lands, and that's a full cleanup. Vague versus not a Melon. Who is Vague? Let's see who that is. I'm being fed who the account names are to look at. Okay, what have we got? Oh, what? Okay. Ooh. Oh, yeah. This is. Oh, yeah. This is these guys. Okay. Oh, wait, this is a very weird matchup. This is the triple Spellbreaker setup. Is this a double support or a DPS chrono? That's a DPS chrono, actually, there, with Rabid Amulet, Relic of the Akeem, Chaos, Illusions, and Chronomancer. Looks like we're going to timer here, which is kind of interesting. I think the problem is that the Warriors are pretty damn good on timer, right? Like, they have that Defiance Arch, which is just so good. When it comes down to just, like, trading HP, going fully immune for 4 seconds and having all of these evades and blocks is unbelievably powerful. I think the Warrior comp is very good after the timer, unless the Defiance stances can be forced out, and unless they're already low HP with, like, low cooldowns. And red team are certainly actually having a little bit of difficulty with that. Ooh, the Warrior does go down. The Warrior is downstate, actually. as we can see there. And this actually could be a good sign for Blue. Blue is setting themselves up for a good position in timer. There's the Defiant Stance. That's actually very good. That means there is not going to be Defiant Stance for a little bit until into the timer for this Red Warrior, which is going to be a problem here. And as long as the pressure from Blue stays up, I think this triple Spellbreaker comp is actually going to lose here. Because bear in mind, we have a lot of evasion potential on these worlds. Distortion will be available on Chronomancer soon as well. This is a Condi Herald, I believe, so we have the Glint Heal potentially as well. Oh, no, but there's no Glint Heal, and the Rev gets caught. Oh, this is a little bit scary. The Rev Spear is trying to connect some of this damage. The evasion is really running out on this Rev, though. Oh, it's getting gnarly. There is the downstate. And the Spellbreakers... yeah, they have that Defiant Stance still available, and the pressure is too much. Blue team wins. Oh, man, it really turned just in the last couple of seconds there. Like, blue 15 seconds before timer were looking okay, but the red team just got themselves into a good spot right as the timer activated there and had their abilities available, whereas blue just didn't quite have it. No Glint Heal here on the Rev. The Chronomancer didn't have Distortion available either. And, yeah, the Vindicator just kind of fell over here a little bit. So, once again, the Spellbreakers, guys. The Spellbreakers are just dominating the game right now. We have a Mirage swap over to Power Mirage, actually, from the Mesmer on the blue team. Let's see how that's going to go. Utilizing the Spear and then Sword Shield with Ruin the Hollowsmith. So a lot more damage, you know, a lot more burst, right? The Condi Chrono is like a slow burn build. This is just all-out aggression, pretty much. And that is a lot of damage there on that Mesmer Spear. Can they actually get some value here? Yeah, I think it is going to be this game of sustain, though. We've seen how well this support Vindicator can do, although... wait, what is this build? Yeah, it is support with Sage and using Spear, so it has like a little bit of Condi damage to it as well. Pretty interesting to see that. Of course, powerful CC too, right? The Abyssal Blot, very nice CC ability. Like AoE pull, always something very good in these competitive modes. And let's see how this is going to go. The barrier and healing coming through from Vindicator is substantial, and red team is taking a little bit of heat, but actually the Mirage, again, they've identified that Mirage is kind of going to be the weak spot here. It has a lot of damage, but it is going to be very, very vulnerable and just instantly killed and then stomped. Not looking good. I think this is probably going to be kind of the end of the game here, I think, for this. Maybe we'll see if the blue team can cook something up, but it's certainly not looking good. Defiant Stance. Spellbreakers. It wins again. Listen, guys, I wouldn't panic. I think Spellbreaker is almost certainly going to get nerfed next week. I believe there's like a... There's going to be a patch. Although they actually said the balance patch is being talked about on Friday. So maybe not a balance patch next week, actually. So we might have to wait a little bit longer for that. As you can see here, one player dead. A slow, painful death for the blue team now. And red team. The Shark Spear being used here by the Spectator. Demolishing. Annihilating. And that is the end of that. The Depleter. Cole is dead. He is broken. The Guardian strat was not enough. It is Deplete. What's Avatar's team? Oh, hang on. Okay, I've got to we've got to spectate this game, guys. We actually have Melly here on support. Is this support Scrapper? It is support Scrapper. Wow, you very rarely see this. Using the short bow. Almost like a world versus world-esque build here, actually. With Inventions, Alchemy, and Scrapper. Using the short bow. Caracosa Relic, of course, in there. And we have Master of the Universe, a.k.a. Avatar, a.k.a. Guffle TV. One of the most powerful PvP players in the entire game. Absolute legend. Master of the Universe. Actually, 1-all against Cinderer right now. And we have Zeit der Held, which is, of course, a play on Avatar's probably most well-known name, actually, Held der Zeit. And connects onto Cinderer with the Reaper. And there is the downstate. Is there a revive from the banner? Oh, it actually gets cancelled. Not able to get the banner. It's going to attempt it again, though, surely. Is going to go for it. Will it land? Yes, it will. Some weird animation glitches going on there, and there is actually the connection. Playing a support Spellbreaker, but Erozik was dominated in that crossfire, takes very heavy damage. Syndra getting cleaned out at the same time, and the Stomp isn't going to come through. Master of the Universe lands the banner, gets the Stomp, and wants to find this kill, wants to eliminate Sin. Man's a massive F1 there, gets that kill, and Sakaya is over at this stage. Red Warrior destroyed. Boom. And it's 2-1 in favor of Master of the Universe, Melon, Zeit der Held. Oh, this is Job as well. Or Jobby, I don't know. Legendary Necromancer player, logged into the game just for this. Curses, Blood Magic, actually. Interesting setup. And then Reaper, as opposed to the Death Magic. So a bit of that lifesteal in there. And, of course, Unholy Martyr. Very powerful support trait, actually. Very good for, like, eating up condies and refueling your life force, in fact. Yeah, I think Thief is just one of those classes that Sin is obviously a very, very good player, but Thief is gonna struggle a little bit, if we're being real, guys, in 3v3. It just does not have that team fight presence, that sticking power that a lot of builds have in the 3v3. Sin's trying to make it work, of course. Going with the Power Spectre, actually, with Valkyrie Amulet, trying to get a bit more tankiness to this with the SD Thief, lots of evasion, and kind of has that punch needed to get through some of these, like, pretty tanky, team fight-oriented specs. But I think it's going to be an uphill battle, right? Definitely going to be an uphill battle. And Blue Team, they are certainly going to look for that. They're going to go for that focus. Now, Scrapper, I think Scrapper is one of the reasons why you don't really see Scrapper that much in support, in PvP. It is pretty squishy. It's not the tankiest thing in the universe, and we see that, yeah, the Scrapper gets instantly destroyed. Is there a banner gun? Oh, the poison! I believe that is the big poison coming through there, of course, from the Spectre, denying that revival. It isn't Demon Queen anymore, of course, because we are playing Power. Maybe Sin has actually found the solution to get this done, and we're going to be going very quickly to a 2-2, a very decisive matchup there, actually, as the Scrapper, unable to weather the storm, instantly destroyed. And that's how it is. Yeah, that's the issue with Scrapper, right? It does not have that sticking power. Very, very squishy build. Playing short bow as well, so no shield or anything like that for defensive block. Hard to survive on, for sure. Good focus target. Erozik is playing like the this kind of hybrid Vindicator build. Corruption, Salvation, and it's with Spear and Staff. With Tyrant Amulet, Relic. So we do actually have Demon Queen, though, yeah, of course, on this Condi build here. So we do have Demon Queen. And that means you're going to have that very powerful 50% reduction to healing. Really powerful in these kind of teamfight situations, denying the support from the opponents. And, of course, Poison is going to be present there. Anytime a CC lands, that will also give Poison. So, like, stuff like Surge of the Mist, for example. Also, that Abyssal Blot applying heavy Poison and also will generate more Poison with the CC as well. And if that Rev Spear is able to ramp up, it will do serious damage too. It's a lot of Torment, right? If it's able to actually ramp and connect, it'll be heavy DPS. I think we're going to be seeing the same focus again, right? We want to be focusing this Scrapper on the Blue Team. And you can already see, yeah, this is... Well, oh, yeah, I mean, this is actually over, right? Yeah, this is over. Yep, it's over. Yeah, that's why you don't play Scrapper, guys. The banner does connect, but is that enough? Like, Sin is just going to be relentless. Like, the Scrapper is trying to kite here, trying to make it work. Gets the self-heal off and did kind of survive. But Sakaya now in trouble, actually, on the support warrior. Is going to die. Is there a revive for that? I don't believe there is. Oh, Master Universe with the carry there, actually. I thought that was over, but he just barely was able to get that banner res off. They weather the storm and get the counter kill. Now Sin and Erozik are completely done for. And there's the res. Sin falls. Look, I should never have doubted Master of the Universe, man. It's a mistake a lot of people make. It's not a mistake I'll ever make again. Master of the Universe demolishes. Boom! With a Harrius toss to end this match. Final downside there from Master of the Universe. Ends it. Fat Boys Inc. wins it. Crazy game. 3 out of 5 rounds have been won for Fungies. Good job, guys. Love to see that. Was that the end of the round? Oh, there's still one going somewhere. Which one is it? Ah, it's this one. Okay, have we got... Ooh, let's see what... I think this has to be a 2-2, unless this game started very late. So let's see what's going on here. We actually have this Conditioned Herald support Vindicator. Oh, it's a 2-to-1, actually, in favor of red. Let's see if blue team can actually make a recovery support guard here, actually, with the Spellbreaker. Oh, whoa, whoa, what the hell is this? Wait, Spear Greatsword, actually. Very different setup, actually, to what we've seen before. And we have a Reaper here as well from our blue team. And already a lot of damage going on to that Herald. Glint heal is available, though. The legends are bugged. This player is actually on Glint, not Shiro. Ignore that. Now the pressure onto that Reaper is coming through. And this is kind of the issue with Reaper, right? Reaper's going to have a really hard time getting its HP back, like that, for example. There is a support, but the res, unfortunately, did not come through. The Signet was not able to be landed just in time. And too much pressure onto that Reaper. And red team are going to get it done. There was that victory for the blue team at some point, but unfortunately I cursed them and completely denied them their victory, right? That's what I like. That's what I like to do, guys. I like to just join matches where teams can win, curse them so they can't win, and deny their comebacks. Because I love defusing the excitement that a good underdog story can have. And that's going to be the end of that. Blue team eliminated. I wonder if that is, in fact, the last round. It may well be. 1v1 clowns versus 1v1 clowns. Nice. Oh, Vague versus Nonomelon is still going. Wait, did they? Oh, they actually came back. They were actually able to make a comeback here. The triple Spellbreakers now actually in trouble. Defiant stance being popped by the Spectator. Very, very low indeed. Timer coming up. Ooh, is this actually the revenge of what happened in the first game that we commentated here, actually? The Spectator goes down immediately. The battle sound revives, even in the timer, actually. Here comes the time, but the Spectator does not have Defiance Stance for another. They've got to hold on for a couple more seconds. They need to kite. They've got to hold on. If they get Defiance Stance, we're kind of okay here. But will we get to that point? That's the big question. Goes for a dodge, gets the Defiance Stance, and now we have a downset there on the blue team. Oh, that Defiance Stance was so brutal. That is one of the most brutal Defiance Stances I've ever seen. They just couldn't quite kill it. But we actually have the Spectator about to fall down there. Nonomelon also in trouble. Who's going to actually end up winning this? Blue Chronomancer goes for it. Can't really connect the stomp, though. But actually, there's the rally as well. As we did see the stomp from the Vindicator. And I think they're going to be able to actually make this. They're going to defeat the Scum. They are going to defeat the Cancer. The triple Spellbreakers lose. And there it is. Wow. Triple Spellbreaker shut down, guys. Bit of cooking going on there as well. A couple of different builds here being played by Skitto, I believe. Bit of variety pack going on there. And there you have it. Spellbreakers destroyed. Let's see, do we have any big games? Let's see, let's have a look at Fungus, guys. Let's have a look at Fungus. Fungus. We have Luaran, Skelling, Nico. They face Radram Sharpseye, Mahai Sethep, and Gary Pajamas on the Willbender, Reaper, and Soul Beast. This is a bit of a scuffed comp. Wait, Condi Soul Beast. Look, if red team lose here, I'm gonna make fun of them. And Nico's given in. He was playing the Vindicator, but he's given in. He has embraced the spear at this point. He loves to see it. Luaranich taking a lot of damage here at the start. Needs to be a little bit careful. Needs to cycle through some of these cooldowns and hold on. Luaran actually in terror. Gets the Signet off, though, and actually is able to hold on. Needs to get peeled out by the team. Just getting trained down, but actually does hold on low. Very nice stun there, actually, by Skelling. Takes a lot of pressure off the Chronomancer here on the red team. I think red have got this. Little bit of a messy game, though, if I'm being honest. Was maybe a little bit closer than it perhaps should have been. And blue team get it done. Well, and when I say get it done, I mean they died. Red team win. Yeah, no, yeah, I could kind of hear Luaran there. That was kind of like the scream of terror, I think. I've heard that a couple of times when she's been playing ranked on stream. That was kind of happening here as well, I think. Watch person of interest. Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait, what game is that? What game are we looking at? I have no idea what that game even is. Fungus wins. Wait, the Ranger actually gets the... Wait, was this BM from Skelling? I thought that was actually BM. They just let this guy self-res just to kill him again. I also like how Skelling is getting punished because he's actually losing the 1v1 really hard now. He actually BMs? Guys, he BMs and then gets farmed. What do you guys think about that? That's actually crazy. That's crazy, guys. Is he... Wait, are they doing it again? What? Wait, he's not going to fall for it. He's not falling for it, guys. This is actually unreal. This is crazy. Look at this. Wait, he is doing it again. What? What? They actually deserve to lose. They should actually throw this game as punishment for this behavior. Now Skelling's going in again. Tries to land the stun. The Condi cleanse from the bear stance is actually pretty good, though. Skelling attempting this 1v1. Lands the CC. Ooh, that's a good bleed. And these marks are going to hurt. He gets it. And this time, they do kill him. Nico did help a little bit there. It wasn't really a clean 1v1. Wait, why are they doing it? They're going to let the gas kill him? Oh, bro. What? Wait, he's self-resing again. This guy is actually a Giga Chad. I respect it. Like, he's all in, right? Like, he's here to win. He's here to win the game. Look at this, guys. It's really interesting. Because he's resing, he's not bleeding out. So he actually was holding. He was never going to die there. Like, the gas was going to get him. But there it is. The gas comes in, and that is the end of the game. Yeah. Wow. That is an actual expose. My own guild getting exposed. Fungus. Dude, wait. Oh, look at this bunker spot from the Guardians. They're still trying it, guys. They're still playing with this cook. Can the red team actually get up here? Can they make it up? Oh my god, a lot of damage from that Willbender, but they actually get pushed out. The sustain from the Dragon Hunters is huge. Is it going to be enough, though? Garkos trying to find a way to get in. He's getting speared, though. That bird, look at all that birding, actually really painful. Like those tethers landing, dealing very heavy damage. And the Guardians are kind of making this work right now. I think they feel confident enough to actually get a bit aggressive. Oh, but they get punished for that very hard. There's the kill. Yeah, this is the issue with this strat, right? Like, it's almost like a little bit too defensive. It's a very cool bit of technology, but they just don't have any kill potential. They aren't able to actually get anything done. Let's see what's going on. Mighty Melon Mercenaries. Oh, this is actually a pretty interesting... oh, yeah, this is a good one. Let's have a look at this game. Okay, so we have Calamist, Zintrex, and Hamster, in fact, here. They've just won a round. Let's see what the score is. Let's see what we got. Wow, 2-0, actually. The triple Spellbreak is not working, guys. They're being denied. Okay. So this is with the Rabbit Amulet. That makes sense against the power damage, of course, of their opponents. Relic of the Reaper and Dolyak. So a lot of toughness with death magic. But even so, the damage of those warriors is absolutely huge. I think not the worst thing in the world for the Necro, though. The Necro's going to have to kite quite nicely here around this map and kind of block line of sight. Kind of annoying for the spears to connect, whereas the Necro can just kind of do stuff like this and just continuously attack quite nicely. And yeah, we already have a kill already. Like, Necromancer pressure very, very high, I think. Especially combined, of course, with the Warrior that's also being played by Zintrex. And Red Team in a huge amount of trouble right now. Another Warrior falls. There is another banner. Is it going to land? It is going to land, but now we've only got one banner left, and it's on a very low Warrior. So if this Warrior gets focused, then that is going to be the end of that. And that's exactly what's happening, by the way. Necromancer, Reaper, looking for that kill. One thing that's actually kind of interesting about Defiant Stance, of course, is that if you're playing a Condi build, it's it's honestly not the worst thing in the world just to keep, like, nuking through that, because you can just apply condies and they'll tick afterwards. It's actually kind of something that's interesting about condies in this regard. Because the damage is backloaded, you can just, like, condi someone up if they're basically already on full health in Defiant stance, and then they'll just take damage afterwards, right? Ooh, Zintrex, though, does get taken out, and the Chronomancer died as well while I was explaining conditions and how they tick. So we're going to be taking this to a 2-1. Boom. We love to see it. Yeah, they did. They got a little complacent. They did. They absolutely did. We love to see it. Let's get in there. Alrighty. Yeah, we're in Swiss, guys. We're in Swiss right now. Alright, here we go. 2-1 in favor of blue. Red bringing it back a little bit. Let's see if they can get it done again. I think the key is going to be trying to get rid of that support, right? If they can get rid of the support or isolate the Reaper, one of those two things. Reaper's going to be a little bit difficult to actually get there. And this Necromancer, the Necromancer is providing so much pressure here as well. I really like the choice to go with Lingering Curse as well. I think that's a very smart decision here. I've seen a lot of Necros not going for it, but I really like it in these 3v3s. Having that AoE corrupt is just so massive. And yeah, and look at the aggression. There's so much aggression. I do think Necro is hard to engage on this map because it just has that range pressure. It can line of sight super well, and it can just attack. It can connect its damage so well on this map, I feel like. And yeah, blue team just like very decisively win there, actually. Like these warriors. And I actually do think a lack of a support is hurting these. I know it's like a meme to run triple Spellbreaker, but I actually don't think triple Spellbreaker is the way. Like you can really see the value of the support being played by, say, the, you know, Misha on Chronomancer, by the Vindicator being played by Azaz, for example. You need that sticking power in these fights. Like, triple DPS, I do not think is the way, to be honest, guys. I really do not think it's the way. I think we're on to the... Are we on to the next round now, or what? Oh, wait, this game is still going. Oh, hang on. The Warren in the downstate. Can they actually finish this? If they can finish this, blue team can come back. Gary Pajamas going for the cleave. Warren gets cleaved out. We're now in a 2v2. Skellig and Nico versus Gary Pajamas and Mihai Setup. And honestly, I'm not sure how I like this, actually, for the red team. This Reaper is in so much trouble. 5 seconds left on Shroud. Has nothing left, but actually the Willbender are going to be below as well. The Connies are going to tick out very soon. Nico lands the F1. Can the Reaper somehow do a miracle? No, the heal skill from Skelling is going to connect into the Reaper Shroud there as well. There should be enough. The cleave should be big here from the Reaper. The CC lands denying the Elite Shout. Reaper goes for the Stunbreak. Attempts to rob, but there's no way that's going to work whatsoever. And there you have it. Boom. Game over. 3-1. Fungus wins. Oh, what the hell is going on here? We have a timer game going on here, actually. It is going to be won by the red team here. Boom. The banner lands. And red team win. Okay, we have to watch this game, though. This could be very interesting. Guruk actually on the Firebrand, actually. This is not a build you see very often. It's honestly not that bad. To be honest, it got buffed a lot. Then it got overshadowed by Chronomancer almost immediately. But it does exist. And the Catalyst here from Blamthrax with Dagger Dal, Relic of the River, Rune of the Revenant, and Marauder Amulet. Fire, air, oh yeah, it's Lightning Rod. Yeah, this is, I think, one of Blam's favorite builds. Definitely his signature move. It was Lightning Rod Weaver, of course, back in the day. Now we're playing Lightning Rod Catalyst. Okay, here we go. Let's get down to business. Can blue team get back into this? Interesting setup here from Terraz as well, actually. Some kind of, like, hybrid Chronomancer build here by the looks of this, actually. Demolisher, Amulet, Rune of the Doliac. With Spear. Of course, the shield being used. Gravity well there. Some of the healing wells traits being used as well, though. Interesting setup. Let's see if red team can close this one out. Can they make it happen? Chrono already getting heavily pressured. Support from the Firebrand is good, though, actually. You can see the healing output is quite nice. The page tracker is just not working whatsoever on the spectator UI. Love to see that. Do like the support positioning, actually, by Guragashi. Needs to be careful, though. Blam getting pulled in. Oh, massive pull, I believe, from the Revenant. Yeah, that was a huge Abyssal blot connecting with the Abyssal Rays. The revive comes through, but that is such a heavy blow there. The pressure is massive right now onto the blue team. The resustain has been solid, though. Let's see if they can actually restabilize and turn this around onto their opponents. Red team health bar is looking pretty good. Some heavy CC landing here on the Herald. Facet of Light also activating. Nearly ready to go there. Blue team trying to find some way back into this game. Blue still, I think, a little bit on the back foot. Nice blink away there. I like this defensive positioning there, but we need to see a heal skill being used. Yeah, there's the heal, but oh, is it going to be enough there? Gets the double heal off using Continuum Shift and saves a bit of HP as well by snapping backwards in time, so that's pretty damn good. Terra's trying to back off here as well, but it seems difficult for the blue team to connect any aggression onto this team. It's very hard. A lot of AoE coming through from the red team, right? So any trade is difficult. It's very easy for the red team to be very efficient with how they trade their HP and trade their abilities off, because they have a lot of that support, but also loads of that AoE consistent condition damage pressure coming out from this Herald. Let's see if it's going to be enough, though. They haven't been able to kill the Chrono. There is that. The Chrono is still alive, and we have Well of Eternity still available. So Blue, they're not done yet, and they want to go for this support Vindibo. Looks at this. The Gravity Well was enabled. Didn't really get anything connected, though, just yet. And the Mesmer Spear damage also looking pretty damn good. Recharging the Mantra there. Ooh, looks like we're going for a combo here. There's the Shield 5 into the Immobilize. Is there the burst follow-up there from Blamprax? Not quite yet. But red team getting very, very low. Is there a stun break available? Oh, the Glint heal comes through onto Yuki. And they are back to full health. That was a very nice burst setup. But that Glint heal, it can turn the tide just like that, and it absolutely does. Guragashi looking okay on cooldowns, though. Renewed Focus is still available. That can be used if necessary. Looks like a lot of focus going on to that Firebrand. It's going to have to pop Renewed Focus. Now, Firebrand does have a bit of a tricky situation getting back up to full health. It does have some long cast time abilities that it needs to cycle to get back to full HP. Oh, and the timer comes through as well. This is really not a good timing whatsoever, as this Firebrand is so unbelievably low already. But actually, so is the support from the red team. This is a very, very close match. Looks like both of them might end up going downstate here. There's the banner coming through. I think it actually missed or something. The stomp from Terra! It actually lands! A massive stomp from the blue Chrono Monster! And now they're in a 3v2, but they've got to try and get the pressure here. The red team is still relatively healthy. The Spellbreaker and the Herald. Is there a Glint heal available? I do not believe that there is. At least not right now. Can Terra bring this home? Has already used the distortion. It's already been used. Guragashi in the downstate. Oh no! No! I don't believe it! Ah, Terra falls off the edge. That is not how you want to end that match. Ah! Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunate. That was honestly a pretty sick attack. That was a sick ending of that game. But you do have to watch out for the gas. The gas on this map is a little bit weird, guys. Like, you've got to remember it starts in the middle as well. It comes in from the edge, but also it immediately spawns under the platform. So, you do not want to fall off the edge. It will get you. Okay. We have now made it through to the elimination rounds. It is going to be the French versus Fat Boys Inc. It's going to be Misha versus whatever this is. Not a Melon versus Vague, and Mighty Melon Mercenaries versus Krog. I'll see if we can maybe take a look at all of these games right now. I'll see what's cooking. But yeah, interesting matches here. I just want to quickly check what this other team is here. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I don't actually know who these people are, but you know what? Very exciting. I think the games to look at are probably going to be these two in the middle. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, we're in. So we have this Conditioned Herald. Oh, this Necromancer is really putting in work, to be honest. So much aggression. We saw that in the last game with this player. So much damage. And a very aggressive playstyle from Blue immediately secures this kill onto the Herald, and then onto the Vindicator, and then also onto the Spellbreaker. So a, wow, quick fire game, 40 seconds. And that is just the end of that. Huge DPS, Curses, Death Magic, and Reaper. Again, Lingering Curse. Look at the condition damage, guys. 1,700 condition damage, and that is actually, it will be higher than that too in the actual match, because of course Deadly Strength is going to give you another 300 condition damage when you have full Carapace, which is basically all the time, by the way. Whenever you apply a condition because of Corruptor's Fervor, you're going to get stacks of this. So you're going to go up to, you know, like 2,500 toughness and like a good 2,000 condition damage as well. So some serious damage output if it actually connects. Let's see if Red Team can adapt to this and see if they can handle the relentless assault, the ruthless aggression of the Blue Team here. Okay. So here we go. And I like this, actually. Red Team is clearly adapted. They're playing this a bit more passively, right? Yeah, and they want this Necro. They want to shut this Necro down. So Red Team, they know what they need to do here. And let's see if they can actually do it. Because the thing about Necro is if you are able to get it pressured, then it will have a hard time actually doing damage to you, obviously, right? Because Necro is one of those classes that does have a little bit of difficulty getting its HP back after it's lost it. So it becomes very, very risky and difficult to actually connect your damage if you do end up pressured early on in this match. However, the support from Blue Team is also good, and some good kiting here from the Blue Necromancer. And in fact, the Herald is now in a huge world of pain on the Red Team here. No Glint Heal. The support from the Vindicator is coming through, but it's not going to be enough, actually. And once again, we see an immediate kill. Warrior landing the stomp with the banner, getting that done. And I think it's only a matter of time now, unfortunately, of course, for the Red Team. They're going to maybe try and play it out, but I don't think there's really much they can do here. I don't think they'll even be able to survive to the timer, let alone actually win the timer game. As the damage, of course, in the 3v2 will simply be a little bit too much. Yeah, Red Team just playing it out. Maybe almost giving themselves a little bit of time to think, right? Because they, you know, this is elimination, so like they don't want to rush, right? Like, you know, they're in a bit of difficulty here. They're about to be down 0-2. So they might just be playing this just to kind of have a bit of a discussion amongst themselves as the team and just figure out what their approach is going to be. Because they need to deal with this Necromancer. But the problem is they went for the Necro, but that kind of unchained the Warrior. And the Warrior, of course, is no slouch when it comes to damage output. This is Zintrex utilizing the Spear and the Dagger Warhorn, actually. Yeah, this is a little bit more of almost like a support-oriented build as well, having that Warhorn offhand and the Banner of Defense and Tactics. So you've got the Stun Break, the Stability, the Resistance, and the Super Speed, but also the Barrier being applied there from the Banner of Defense as well. And Warhorn for additional Barrier, Condition Cleanses, and so on. Kind of there to almost like to help the Necro, I feel like, right? Like having these banners is almost like enabling the Necromancer a bit more, right? Like allowing them to get value out of this, out of the Reaper. So the Reaper has an easier time surviving with that, like a little bit of extra support coming through from the Warrior, in addition to the Chronomancer, of course. All right, then. Let's see what we've got. Let's see if Red Team can find a way to beat this. Okay, and yeah, they're just trying to play it relatively passive. And then almost like slowly drain this Necromancer down. But again, you can see that barrier output, support from Blue, is making that a very difficult task, I think. And here comes the massive fight. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, already we see this Herald just getting focused, right? It's just getting focused down very, very hard. Because once that Glint Heal is gone, all of a sudden, that Herald is not looking too good, and even with the support of that Vindicator, it is really struggling to survive right now. Tries to kite away, has a block on staff, but the conditions are just ticking away, and we already see the kill. I think the banner from the Warrior is going to come through, and yeah, this game is over. Let's go have a look at another one. Oof. A big team here. This is a scary team. Looks like, oh wow, what? Okay, all of these games are really going fast. I think this Vague versus Melon game could be interesting, though. Let's see what's going on over here. Again, I do like this, actually. We do see Melon going for the support Vindicator as opposed to a third Spellbreaker. I think that actually is a good choice. Like, yeah, you know, it's a fun meme to go for, like, the triple Spellbreaker, of course, but I'm not really sure if that's actually going to be the way to go here to win these games. They are actually down a match right now versus, okay, a very interesting composition here. We actually have the Mirage, the Willbender, and a Chronomancer, which is support Chronomancer, and then these two DPS. Instead of Spellbreakers, we have a Power Mirage and a Power Willbender. And they're just really going ham on this Vindicator right now. Now, this is a very interesting match, because I do believe that this is going to be almost like a bit of a test of endurance here for Melon on the Vindicator. You can see that the blue health bars are going down. And at the end of the day, that is not a surprise whatsoever. The red team is simply far more sustain-oriented than their opponents. And I do believe that the longer this goes on, it could end up being pretty damn good for the red team. However, if they're able to kill the support, they're able to burst down that support with the damage output from these very aggressive builds, then that can be another thing entirely. And so far, like, it does appear that the aggression is being connected. Of course, Willbender and Mirage are both classes that are kind of very good at almost like wading in. Like, they have a lot of defensive ability that allows them to maintain a strong offense, utilizing Crashing Courage, for example, to just like have a huge amount of defensive potential while being incredibly aggressive. And that does appear to be working quite effectively in this matchup. Melon really being bullied here, and the Spellbreakers kind of struggling to actually get enough damage here. And of course, Timer is coming up very, very soon. That kind of disables the sustain here, but again, I do believe that that's where Defiant Stance can really activate, but never mind, it's not going to have an opportunity to do that. We do see an attempted banner, but Slow was present, I believe, denying it. No revive comes through, and Blue Team get it done with an absolutely massive burst from the Willbender, and of course, also the Mirage. At the same time, huge DPS. Again, that Spear really coming through there, of course, with the, what is it called? So we can find it. It's a lot of damage, actually, guys. Fractured Glass. Pierce targets in front of you in a flurry of blows, leaving them vulnerable. Cone! That's right, guys. The Spear attack, ambush attack, is a conal ability. Enjoy that. Alrighty then, here we go. We're on the knife's edge for the red team. This is their last chance, or they will be eliminated from the tournament. Okay. Of course, you know, this could be a bit of an adaptation phase as well, because bear in mind, they have actually changed the comp. Whereas I think Blue Team, they're of course on a roll. They've been rocking this aggressive style the entire tournament. And that might be just like the adaptation phase. And it might be a little bit too late, right? Like adapting this late into the tournament is not going to be easy for the red team whatsoever. Because of course, this is basically the same team composition that the French team is running that proved to be incredibly effective. And here we go. Let's see how this is going to go here. Oh, and already, wow, okay, never mind. This is how it's going to go, apparently. The Red Warrior gets taken out, does get bannered. But we need to see some counter pressure here. Like, we really do. Like, there's not enough damage connecting onto the opponents. Like, is this, like, because of the staff being played here, as opposed to more aggressive weapons like we've seen in, like, a couple of other builds? But yeah, just to be like, there's no real answer to the damage. But that res did kind of turn things a little bit, though. Oh, that's a big pull in stealth, actually. Oh, they weren't able to quite see where that Chronomancer was to follow up on that. Oh, can they do it, though? Goes for the heal, does get it. Oh, Chronomancer holding on just barely. Has Distort up in a couple of seconds, then into the Signet of Illusions reset. So Chronomancer actually, I think, is feeling pretty okay right now. Has the second Distort coming up in a moment. So survives that interaction quite handily, I believe. Meanwhile, the Warriors, they're going to have to just find their target, right? They've got to see what they want. They can get some damage done here. It looks like they want to get the enemy support. They want to get that Chronomancer dealt with. There's some very good kiting, actually, by the blue Chrono. Lots of little terrain things that are line of sighting these Warriors, shutting down that damage. And of course, like, the blue team almost cares a little bit less about line of sight because they can simply teleport onto their opponents very effectively. A lot of melee cleaving attacks with those spears. You can actually block them by standing in front of things. Ooh, and Red Warrior doesn't want to use the stun break, gets healed up there. Maybe the abilities are actually on cooldown. The UI is a bit buggy. I actually don't know if they were just deliberately not using their abilities. Wait, what is the Red Warrior doing? What is this? Wait, is this me lagging or is the Warrior lagging? I actually have no idea what's going on right now. But anyway, something is happening. Melon and the Spectator, now seemingly alone. The other Warrior has given up, has given into despair, and has now disconnected. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is a little bit anticlimactic, isn't it? Because now, and the red team, they're pretty done for here. That's gonna basically be the end of that. Unlucky. This was an intense match, and it has now been defused by a catastrophic attack of DDoS connecting onto the Red Warrior. And well, I mean, unlucky. That's just unfortunate, isn't it? Looks like Red gonna try and play it out. Maybe try and do a miracle in the timer. I mean, like, honestly, there's something else they can do at this stage. I believe if this player reconnects, then they will actually appear dead, so they're not coming back no matter what. Timer in 10 seconds. They're gonna have to try to do a miracle, but I don't really see that being particularly possible. I believe we still have, yeah, we have renewed focus. We actually don't have the store, but we do have a Signet of Illusions that can absolutely be used. Oh, a massive burst does come through. Wait, surely we don't see a miracle here. There's no way. I don't see this Vindicator surviving, to be honest. We do actually have a kill now being connected. There's the Banner Stomp, but then there's the Defiant Stance as well. I'm not sure if I actually like that Stomp. I feel like we should have used that Stomp to actually rally the team, no? Because now yeah, this is going to happen now. I kind of feel that that Banner was maybe not the way to go. I think they could have won this 2v3. Because the issue was that obviously Not a Melon was going to go down there. But I think we needed to assume that Not a Melon was going to go down, then get the kill to rally Not a Melon back to 50%. I don't know. Maybe. Banner rally as a heal and doesn't work. That's not what I'm saying. Using it to stomp there was no good. I think, yeah, you got confused. I guess I didn't word it the best way. I think we needed to use the enemy down state to rally our team, because rallying does work in the timer. We needed to use the stomp or let the opponent bleed out in order to rally our own team. That was definitely closer than it should have been, though. All right, here we go. Ooh, we actually have this match already underway, actually. And we have the French versus the red team. And so far, it does look like the Necromancer has finally met its match against the ultimate French theorycraft. All right, then. And that's going to be a 2-0. So it looks like we're probably looking, it looks like it's very likely to be this rematch, guys. This French team versus rank 55 Dragons in the grand finale. Let's see if red team can maybe cook something up. See if they can find a way to win this. Or if the double Spellbreaker will reign supreme. It looks like we are going to be looking at a quadruple Spellbreaker grand finals, guys. For the Triumphant Trio Tournament. Very exciting. I love to see it. Alrighty then, let's do this. So here on the blue team, we're just pushing in, and I'm curious what the game plan is here. What is the game plan here for red? I think that's the big thing. I do think that they need to be almost on the aggression. I don't think they can really allow any rest or recovery for their opponents. Like, if this game goes long, I'm not sure if it's good for red here. Like, this Necromancer is just going to get bullied. I think they have to get their opponents on the back foot early and keep it that way. They need to have the momentum with them. And you can see that the blue team is aware of this, right? They're really trying to deny this Necromancer from being able to free cast. And look at this. Compare this to the previous game, guys. Look at the Necromancer's HP. Look at how many abilities they're actually able to cast and connect. They can't do anything. That was a very funny pull, actually. Spectral into the immediate tether coming through. But this is already a dead Necro, right? This is a dead Necromancer, almost certainly. Support is good from the Chrono, but it's not good enough. And I think, are we going to see a banner? We're not. We're just going to see a sort of regular stomp. Actually, double Rampage, in fact. So no banners available for our blue team here. And yeah, just the Reaper can't do anything. The Reaper's just getting shut down completely by the blue team here. And that is the end of that. Oh, it looks like Zintrex was attempting to banner res that, but was not able to connect it, unfortunately. And at this stage, it's kind of a formality. Red team is essentially all but dead. Well, I mean, they're extremely dead, actually. And we're going to be seeing the French go to the finals with a double Spellbreaker. And, of course, the support Vindicator. So, look, all we're going to find out now, guys, is support Vindicator the way, or is it going to be the support Chronomancer from 55? Although, you know, having said that, you know, maybe Vague is able to shut down rank 55. Of course, that is actually a very interesting comp. It's the Mirage and the Willbender. That's how it is. All right. We're just waiting for the game to start. pick up a third Spellbreaker. I mean, is that what we need, guys? We need a third Spellbreaker? Yes. It's time. I think Misha will win. He said he's a good player to me on DM, and Misha is pretty juicy. And here we go, Hall of the Mists. Let's see how this one's going to go. Now, we have seen this composition work very well against similar setups, actually, but it's a very different situation when you're playing against rank 55, guys. Let's be honest here. Relic of the Daredevil being used there as well, so you get an evade, and you get an immediate critical strike, and that's unbelievably lethal on this spear, like landing that Harriers toss with a guaranteed spear. It is a guaranteed crit. It's pretty spicy, guys. It absolutely is. And of course, we also have that dagger as well, like dagger sword being played here by both of these warriors. So a lot of damage output on this build, both on the spear and the dagger. That the F1, right? The dagger burst skill, incredible damage output, and oof. Yep, we're going to see a lot of aggression coming out immediately here from the red team. And of course, the blue team will also, they need to get this done, right? Like, they need to pump. They've got to kill Misha. They've got to get a kill on one of these warriors as quick as they possibly can, or they are going to find themselves in very hot water very quickly. Misha is burning through his cooldowns, but then again, so is the blue team as well. Willbender is dead. Doesn't even have the opportunity to get anything done off that. Ban it immediately. And 55... This is kind of the unstoppable force and the immovable object here. And the unstoppable force has broken itself upon the immovable object. That's going to call it. They're going to call GG. They're not playing. They're just going to go on to the next round. Just like, end it. Go next. And yeah, the Willbender. I think definitely a smart target. Like, this is actually a very interesting build. This uses Inspiration, as you can see here on the Mirage. So actually a lot of evasion, right, built into this build. Like a lot of Vigor uptime, of course. But also, you have the Blurred Inscriptions, right? So you have the Distortion when you use a Signet ability as well. So lots of invulnerability on this setup. And yeah, this blue team is not able to hold on, right? If they need to kill Misha very quickly, right? Like, if they can do that, then they have potential. Or, of course, they need to get a kill very early. Of course, it's difficult to do that with the banners being in play there as well from the red team. But that is what they've got to do. They need to utilize this massive burst. Just get a big CC, get a connection. And it's almost like a very similar story with the Reaper. I felt the Willbender is just getting punished. Yeah, already has to renew. Look at that. Seriously, guys, we're like 15 seconds into the match, forced to renewed focus already. And bear in mind, like, all of the Aegis and blocks, that doesn't work against Warrior, guys. Well, not nearly as well anyway. We already see a kill being connected there. The banner actually does get cancelled, but it doesn't matter, as we already see the blue team getting completely eviscerated here. And yeah, this really reminds me of the Necromancer. Like, in the previous matches, the Willbender simply was not getting punished. But here, the Willbender is being punished unbelievably hard. Like, it is one of those classes that it can seem kind of tanky, but it's very cooldown reliant, right? Like, if you keep up the heat on a Willbender, it is going to run out of steam. And that's exactly what's happening here with Vague. Vague is just getting bullied hardcore by these warriors. We have the unblockable from Breaching Strike coming through there as well, of course. All of the CC, all of the damage output being utilized by the Spear. And the Willbender just can't live. Like, the Mirage is irrelevant. We've got all these things. We've got all these invulnerabilities. So they don't even care about that. They're just going to kill the Willbender every single time, and the Warriors are going to succeed in doing that. And I like this. This is what they got to do. Blue have got to do this. They're going for it. But the problem is, when you play this aggressive, look at those HP bars, right? The Chrono puts them back up there, but they took so much damage, had to use everything. We're going to have to see a renewed focus very soon from this Willbender already. And look, we saw what happened last time when that ability was used. When you see a Guardian activate your renewed focus, guys, that is your time to get to work, right? Yep, and here it is. Red team are going to see this, and they're going to burst. Yeah. As soon as that renewed focus is gone, you know that that Guardian is vulnerable. Spear burst damage coming through is indeed absolutely massive. But these Warriors, Defiant Stance is nearly back, guys. Chrono in a bit of trouble. Using shield instead of stealth, by the way, makes a lot of sense because there isn't as much unblockable from the opponents here. So having that block is just going to allow Misha to sustain very, very well here. Good little tech choice there. Banner comes through. Mirage also falls. Chrono dead, and that is just 3 very brutal games. 3-0 in favor of rank 55. They face the French in the grand finals. The two trios will now clash. Only one can be triumphant in the grand finals of the first ever unbugged monthly variety 3v3 deathmatch tournament. It's going to be French versus Rank 55, the ultimate showdown in the grand finals. Quadruple Spellbreaker gameplay. Support Chrono versus French support Vindicator. How's it going to be, guys? What do we think? Who's winning? Who's going to make it happen? Here we go. Guys, if you believe that the French will win, please type !worms in the chat and then copy paste that message. If you believe that 55 will win, do !R55 in the chat and then copy paste that message. That's how it is. Lady Merkel, thanks for the prime. 4 billion years. Wait, does that off? Wait, is it rank 55? Ah, there you go. Boom. It's actually very out of date. Syndra, Zan, Misha, Boyce, Dra. So not quite, but, you know, I guess that's kind of the same. It's got Misha in it. But yeah, not quite the same thing. Why is it so good for small scale? Spear is insane. Also, full counter is insane. Just has a lot of evasion right now. A lot of AoE damage, actually, with Spear. Spear's got a lot of AoE damage on it with the burst skill in particular. And it's also just very sustaining, very tanky. Kembung 2, though, with the prime. Any Gooners? I mean, there's plenty of them here. Who is Exagfra? I believe it's Azaz, if I'm not mistaken. On a brand new account. And here we go. Prepare yourselves for the ultimate showdown. The ultimate showdown. It's time. Hype train is incoming. Let's get to a level 100 hype train, guys. That's my dream, guys. My dream is to... That's my goal in life. Level 106 hype train. Hello! Also, shout out to Team Fungus, who I believe won 4 out of 6 games. Well done, guys. Did a good job. Skelling carried you. Alright, here we go. Let me in. Let me in. I'm doing a poll. Oh, wait, we're in. Ooh, Azura Arena. This is, I think, honestly, one of the better maps, I think, for this. Alrighty then, guys. So on the red team, it's Frey, Draza, and Houdini himself, aka the Master of Disaster, also known as Misha, rank 55's Enjoyer. On the blue team, support Vindicator here from Azaz. Enjoy it. Kill on Spellbreaker #1 with Berserker, Infiltration, Rivers, with, of course, this setup here. Same here for Goku, I believe. So slightly different builds. We have Fighter and Daredevil on these warriors for, like, that critical strike damage versus the Rivers for the Alacrity. So you kind of chain your evades together a little bit better. And we have, of course, the support Chronomancer. You're losing Torch this time, right? And that's because you're a little bit scared of the warrior unblockable, right? With the Dagger F1, so using the stealth simply to kind of disengage and not be targetable. Pretty much. And here we go. Misha going for it. And ooh, massive aggression actually coming out even 55. They want to deal with this warrior. Rampage being used. And this is also a big difference. We have banners and rampages. I believe both warriors running rampage, actually, here on the blue team. So, kind of not really relying on the res game. They're very confident they're going to be the ones getting the downstate, and they want to use rampage just to give them that extra combat advantage to get it done. But actually, that is not how it's going to turn out. As, of course, the damage here from Draza and Frey is absolutely huge. And they annihilate the French. And yeah, I believe we actually have a slightly different trait line being played. Yeah, we have defense and it's tactics being used here as well by the red team, which is going to give you a lot of kind of extra damage here as well, guys, right? Because this martial cadence is going to be giving AoE quickness, right, with tactics. So you don't have as much sustain, but you do get some healing from mending might, like with empower allies, and of course soldiers focus applying might, so you're going to get a little bit of healing there as well, AoE. But you do have a lot of damage coming out from this, and like some healing from soldiers come for that protection uptime, also going to be really nice, right? In the tactics trait line here. And a lot of DPS. With the quickness uptime. I believe both warriors are playing this. Yeah, we have double martial cadence, right? So, a lot of, look, you can look at the quickness, guys. Look at the quickness. Look. Look at the quickness uptime. Crazy damage, right? Like, crazy damage. And also, you're kind of looking, you want to be looking at the protection too. The protection from Soldier's Focus also really putting in the work. Now, of course, that means they don't have that defensive potential, right? From Adrenal Health, for example. But they do have a lot of damage. And yeah, once again, it does appear that the attackers, the aggressors, are looking good in this matchup here. The French are going to need to find some way to kind of blunt the push of their opponents and then turn around. We've seen them do that, though. We saw them do that in Swiss, but it does appear that 55, they've almost leveled up since then. They have refined this playstyle that they've been playing throughout the tournament with the double warrior. Slightly different to their opponents. Guys, build diversity! They're playing 2 different types of spear warrior! Oh my god! Let's go! And Frey is going to be targeted here. He's just going to play a little bit defensively, waiting for his cooldowns to come back. Has that full counter. And all of a sudden, Kill is in trouble. Can he get his defiance? Oh, it got interrupted. A beautiful interrupt there. I believe probably a dagger 3 or something like that, maybe, from a dagger 3, maybe, from one of the warriors on the red team, interrupting the defense house. He knew it was coming. They knew that defense house was coming, guys, because he saw that HP was so very low. Lands the interrupt and ends it. And this is brutal. This is brutal, guys. This is really brutal. Wow, 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 wow. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, what do we do here? Like, they've got to counter this. They've got 1 game left, guys. This is the final round of the tournament. Bear in mind, in Swiss, this is a very close 2-2. Right, a very close, you know, game that went all the way to all 5 rounds. Oh, it's a Herald. I see a Herald from Azaz. They're going to switch it up. So they want to play... They're basically dropping the support here almost. Yeah, they're just playing full damage. We now have Kill on the support chrono. So we have 1 warrior, 1 Herald, and a support chrono from Kill. Let's see if this is what it takes. Big switch up here. Now, we saw this Herald be a little bit of a vulnerable target, to be honest, last time around. Let's see if that's going to be the same this time. It looks like the red team is still looking for the warrior, but also the Chronomonster. Man, this is just looking almost a little bit messy. Look at the coordination from red team. They are just pushing around as a trio, zerging around. And blue team were looking a little bit in disarray almost. Kill now, kind of burning through a lot of cooldowns here. But actually, the Herald is maybe putting in some work here. Bear in mind, there's a little bit less Comedy Cleanse, right? There's no defense trait line, so you can't go for Cleansing Ire on these builds. Martial Cadence does remove a condition. Bear that in mind, of course. So you do have a little bit on tactics. And Frey getting very low. Misha going for the support. Has a Mantra still available. Goku getting low. He's got to be careful. Has his Defiance stance, though, so he's okay. And the Herald starting to connect now. Will it be enough? And it does appear that they've been able to keep this stable, right? That the Herald is providing enough of that pressure to kind of get 55 off their back, at least a little bit, in this matchup. And the question is, can they actually make it happen? No, the answer is no. Bannered, done. Kill eliminated. And that's the end. Goku and Azers. They tried to come up with the technology, the theory craft, but it absolutely was not enough. The Master of Disaster, Draza and Frey, dominate it 3-0 in a very quick and I guess slightly anticlimactic finals. They are the triumphant trios here on EU. Demolition from the Spellbreakers. They had the Theorycraft, they had the builds. Relic of that Daredevil. Quickness uptime. Tactics, discipline, Spellbreaker. Utter domination from the Warriors. They free farm at 3-0. There it is. Leonard Draz is ready to pump. And gets it done. Warrior wins. Yeah, we can maybe use a couple of nerfs there, guys. We maybe could. We maybe could. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good build. Shiro Kondirev, 3v3s. So I think it was actually both, right? It was like Shiro with Glint, and then Spear. Yeah. What's the title? The title is the Triumphant Trios. All right, let's go and hang out with the gang, shall we? What was the comp on NA, actually? Did anyone cast NA, guys? Or stream NA? Oh, Kiba did. Oh, Sneb did. Oh shit. I didn't realize Sneb was live, actually. Oh, shit. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll go have a look. Yeah. Oh, same comp. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not terribly surprised by that. Yeah. So, you know, it's a good comp. It's a good comp. Let's see. So the finals were on... Wait, is it the finals? Looks like it is, actually. It's not looking good, is it? Blue team, dominate, and 3-0, I believe. Maybe, is there another round, actually? What was... Oh, no, that's it, I guess. That's it. Well, I mean, there you go, I guess. 3-0. Well, that's it then. 3v3 gaming has now concluded. We have reached the end of the line. But you know what? It's kind of cool, actually. I think it's kind of cool to see these automated 3v3 tournaments. Like, a lot of teams showed up. I like that. You know, I think it would be really cool if they made one of these with push, right? During one of the betas, have like a variety monthly tournament with push or something. Probably not with any like serious rewards or anything like that, but just like for fun. Would be pretty good, if you ask me. Oh yes, let's go and have a look at what's going on. Ah, here we go. Look at that. Boom. The triumphant trio, guys. Draza. Misha. This is actually what Misha looks like in real life, by the way, guys. For those who don't know. He actually modeled this character on himself. Especially the size of the muscles. Boyce is here. This is not what Boyce looks like in real life. Pretty close, though. And there you have it. The gang is all here. Mush Fungus. Good name. I like that. Avatar here as well. Master of the Universe. We can have a PvP mission for the guild. We can get that complete. We ought to get capture objectives, upgrade, getting us another mission we can complete before the mission reset. We're going to get favor caps, having more missions. And being on top of doing the missions is crucial now. Wait, what do we have to do? Check out the image I sent. Okay, let's have a look. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, that's rough. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, it's pretty powerful stuff, Nike. It's pretty powerful, right? It's funny, but yeah. I mean, Darren is going to be talking about this stuff, but he's going to be talking about embedding. This number here, guys, is how many people are in chat, basically, like, have a Twitch account relative to how many people are actually on the stream. So on my stream, it's 92%, which, you know, that's pretty good. It's actually not a surprise that usually it actually is 100%, but because it's like the monthly AT, it's actually pretty likely, you know, it's not actually crazy for that to be not 100% because some people who don't watch Twitch watch the monthly, right? So that's actually pretty normal. But usually, I'm up there at 100%, guys, like 98, 99%. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Darren's is our savior. Darren's is our king. He's ready to activate. There you have it. Cool tournament. Also, shout out to YouTube, by the way, guys. 200 people watching this on YouTube. Does 55 of YouTube and Twitch? Yeah, Misha streams at Kanye East XD. Draza streams sometimes as well at just Draza on Twitch. Boyce streams as well at Boyce. So that's easy. Syndrana streams as well at Syndrana. Yeah, there you go. It's not that difficult. You can definitely find that. Abindo streams WoW content. Yeah, Abindo's on a couple of streams. I don't think he streams regularly, though. Yes. Hi, YouTube. So, wait, what's this? Luarin has sent me a message. Oh, wait, Luarin wants us to do live VOD review. Wow, I mean, that's crazy, actually. I love that. I love to see that, guys. I really do. It's time. Wow. VOD review. Peppo G. Common YouTube win. Yeah, stay tuned, YouTube. I will be able to read your comments much easier pretty soon. Like right now, it's a little bit tricky for me to do that, but I'm working on it. Oh, look, dude. It's an epic comeback game. Holy shit. This is based. 400 points to 250 points. And look at this. You love to see that. Well, don't worry. I will not do VOD review. I will simply show this glorious victory. Look at that. The decap, the recap here on middle. Beautiful. Look at this hold against this Untamed. Wait, no. Oh, no. Wait, what? Whoa, what is this? Wait, how did, oh. Nice feedback. Holy shit. That's unfortunate. Still, it worked out, though. Okay, like... It worked out. We won the game. We won the game. That's what mattered. Dude, look at this rating. Holy shit, dude. Luarin is pumping. Nearly 1,500. Nearly plat rating gaming. You love to see that. The feedback was a cry for help. It kind of was, yeah. It was definitely one of those situations. Like, just begging for help. Waiting for Guffle. I think you mean you were waiting for Master of D Universe, is what you mean. Skelling in the chat. Leader of multiple guilds. Too many guilds to name. I can't even name all of the guilds that Skelling is a leader of. Yo, Plenix. What's going on? Yeah. Did you see Muck's video on how to improve PvP? I think he's pretty much right about all of the problems, or most of them. Like, I would actually add a couple more to the list. I think PvP has an image issue as well, like a reputation issue, to be honest. Like, I think that also a lot of the issues that he talked about in that video, they're actually... They're basically a function of the population being low, realistically. So what I mean by that is that the reason why kill time is so low and like people feel like they're getting stun locked is because good, like very experienced players get mixed in with inexperienced players. And this means that people who know how to be aggressive go up against people who don't know how to be defensive. And therefore they get absolutely annihilated. If you actually have, if you actually have even matches, I think it's not that bad. I think it works out kind of okay, but yeah. Yeah, class MMR. That's actually a really cool idea for a system, but the problem is that yeah, it would be abused insanely fucking hard, right? Like you can't do that. You'd have to maybe like disable class MMR over a certain rating maybe, but even that wouldn't even help because you could still completely abuse the matchmaking with a system like that, to be honest. It would not be good. That would... Fortunately, we can't have nice things, guys. Have you seen WP's take on the new PvP mode? I think I want to make a video talking about this a little bit, but... like, here's the thing. I do share WP's concern. So the problem is that what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to save Conquest, right? And the question is, can Conquest be saved? I'm not entirely sure that it can be saved, realistically. And the problem with this is that if they're going to kind of go half in, half out, like a little bit lukewarm with this new PvP mode, it might not really help. Like, if it's only going to be relegated to unranked, well, people are going to play ranked anyway, right? Like, I don't know. I think PvP's in a really tough spot. If people really like the PvP mode, I would say it might be better for the game to go all in and make that the primary mode. And I hate to say this because I want to be very clear here, guys. I am advocating against my own interest here. Like, I have zero interest in push competitively. It's just not, that game mode is just, it's not interesting strategically, really, whatsoever. It is intentionally very dumbed down. It's intentionally very simple. It's intentionally very casual. But to be honest, that might be better for the game overall than trying to make Conquest work. I'd want to express my thoughts in a more nuanced and better way, but that will basically be it. But yeah. It just sucks. Because if push becomes the main game mode, then PvP in this game is pretty much dead to me. Like, it would just be like a silly casual mode that maybe I would play occasionally, right? But, yeah. If they remove Conquest, there's going to be no one playing PvP. Well, this is actually a really interesting phenomenon that's going on then. So the problem is the following. Like, ArenaNet have two choices here. They can try to make content for the existing player base or make content for people who don't play PvP right now. And realistically, the pool of people who might play PvP but don't is much larger than the current people who play PvP now. So it makes a lot of sense to make a game mode for people who don't currently play PvP to try to attract them into the game mode. Now, the issue with that is that what people want in those two groups is pretty different, right? Like the current people who play PvP like Conquest, right? And the people who don't play PvP probably don't like Conquest. So it's kind of a tricky meme. Make a mode for 5 people and make a mode for dozens. I think that people, I think you'd be surprised. Like PvP is people, you know, I think people like a little PvP on the side sometimes, guys. A little PvP in the mix. Little PvP action. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I think it's a very interesting turning point. Like if I was ArenaNet, I would be very tempted to go all in on the mode. Like if people like it and it's getting like a lot of people into it and a lot of people are playing, I'd almost be tempted to actually commit to the new mode. That might be the correct strategic decision for the game if they want to make PvP alive. Because I'm just not totally sure if Conquest can be made into a successful game mode at this point. I'm not sure it's possible. We'll obviously see. Yeah. And the new mode is still 5v5, yeah. It's going to be dead if they remove it. I actually don't think that's even necessarily the case. Look, guys, PvP is dead now, right? Like, PvP is dead. If we look at this, guys, look at this shit. The top 10 is 1600 fucking rating. Jesus. Like, this game mode is so dead right now, to be honest. It's, like, mega dead. Yeah. So, it's not like if you removed Conquest, you'd really be removing a lot, right? Like, it's not going to be difficult for ArenaNet to get more people playing the new game mode than Conquest. So, I think ArenaNet are in a really weird spot. Really tough spot. I'd be really nervous if I was ArenaNet, because there's a pretty big chance that if they undercommit, that you'll end up with like just like a split player base, and if you overcommit, you might accidentally make a game mode that nobody likes and just like replace Conquest and like fully kill the game and like fully kill PvP. It's tough. It's tough. What rank it with the top 25 have to be to consider PvP alive again? Like, if everyone in the top 25 was like legend, that would be kind of how it used to be to an extent. Incredible. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do if I was ArenaNet. Well, I'll tell you guys, I would lean towards making this like the main PvP mode. If I'm being real with you guys, I'd lean towards making this the main mode. Because I do think it can work. I like the look of it. I like the look of Push. I think they've got a good idea here, a good concept here. But because like, look, the thing is with Conquest is Conquest works really well with a competitive, if your goal is to make a competitive game. But let's be honest here, guys. Like, Guild Wars 2 is not a competitive game. And I'm not sure if designing the game around being competitive is really in ArenaNet's interest at this stage. No, and most competitive? World of Warcraft is. It's very competitive. I would just play Worlds and stop PvP. Yeah. And the thing is that you are an acceptable casualty. Because realistically, look, here's the reality, guys. The people who play PvP and like Conquest are a tiny portion of the players, right? Like, it is a very, 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 very small portion of the player base. The portion of the player base that could maybe enjoy, like, a casual version of PvP is much bigger than the amount of people who currently play the game mode. Hell yeah. Can't both sections exist? Of course they can. Like, all competitive games have a very strong, casual element, right? Like, all games have that foundation. You can't have a competitive scene without a casual scene. Those two things can't exist. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're gonna if they kill Conquest, like, they might end up losing like a couple of hundred hardcore Conquest fans, but they'll get a lot more like casual push enjoyers. We'll see. We shall see. That's how it is. I can't escape from League of Legends. 2 combats for the goal of a tactically simpler game mode. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think they wanted to, I think they didn't want to go like full, like nothing is going on. Basically, they wanted to have like a little bit of depth to it. I guess is what they kind of wanted to have. But I mean, maybe. I guess we'll see. We shall see. Okay. We kind of have... We don't really have any damage here, do we? We have, like, double Firebrand. Bit awkward. Little bit on the awkward side. I will auto-attack. Need to go for the Willbender or something here. Oh. Yeah, we should have gone for the Willbender there, realistically. Going for the warrior, definitely not the play, guys. Oh. Well. Bit unfortunate. PB died because they stopped tournaments. Esports something new happened. Guilds is small. I mean, they just didn't get any content, right? Like, you look. I mean, at the end of the day, like, PB just didn't get updated, guys. Didn't get updated. It just did not get updates. A chance for conquest at the same time. Yeah, that's kind of their goal there. I think it's their goal is ambitious. Okay, let me put it like that. But you know what? I like a little bit of ambition, guys. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love some ambition? I love that. We'll see. I mean, look, here's the reality, guys. Like, if it goes, if Conquest is saved by this, I can't look. Their strategy here, they're gonna YOLO it, right? They're gonna go, okay. let's see what happens. And if Conquest, like, benefits from this, then it does. If it doesn't, and they're keeping their options very open, right? Like, if Conquest gets revitalized, awesome. If it doesn't, then they can maybe pivot to the new mode as well, right? Like, they're not very committed right now. This is a good strategy. They're not committed to one path or the other, I think. I think committing to, like, replacing Conquest now would be a very risky move. I'm not sure if that would be a very good idea, but I think it would be an absolutely terrible idea to do that. But they're keeping their options open, right? Like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then, you know, they're okay. But yeah, look, cards on the table, guys. I like Conquest. Like, if Conquest didn't exist in the game, I would not be running a PvP tournament. Let me put it like that. Yeah. I don't think there'll be any real point in running a tournament for push, basically. I mean, outside of, like, a fun tournament, like, you know, kind of like a meme tournament, basically. But outside of that, it's not something that I would make into, like, a really big hype competitive event. But yeah, I mean, look, they're doing something, right? So we have to... Look, PvP is getting content at long last. So we have that going for us. It's Daddy NCSoft. I mean, well, I mean, this is definitely a time where the game is changing a bit. So there is that. Looks like this guy's dead. Throw themselves in Conquest. Yeah, that's pretty much their goal, yeah. With it. The question is like, will that happen, right? That's pretty much the big question. Let's get him. We actually have some damage now. Nice. Ends up being the next stronghold. Yeah, it's look, PvP is in a bit of a rough spot in Guild Wars. Like, there's no easy way here, right? There's no there's no, like, yes, the golden path of guaranteed success. That's not really going to be a thing. It's very much going to be let's see what happens. A little experiment, you know? So I'd say there is no hope. I wouldn't say there's no hope. I'd say there's always hope, but it's you know, it's a bit of a long shot. That's what I would say. Nice. Where to combat the overcomplication of PvP? This should have seasons of X-Pack specific ability. No, look, I'm not gonna lie, this is population. Like, okay, look. This is only a problem. Guys, the ArenaNet push stream was a really good example of this. Look at the ArenaNet push stream. Were people getting one shot there? Were people getting completely destroyed in 2 seconds there? No. Why? Because the team experience levels were pretty balanced, right? Like, the devs were about the same skill as each other on each side of the team. So that wasn't really happening. Like, the reason why all of, like, the, oh yeah, I'm getting obliterated by shit I don't even understand stuff happens, the reason why that happens, the reason why that happens is entirely because, of how many, of, like, how different, like, the skill level is, right? Like, in a lot of these matches, right? Like, that's what's going on in these matches. You'd be surprised at how not one-shotty things are when people are at the, like, about the same experience level on each team. Ow. Kill this guy. Boom. The push might be a catastrophe in that sense. Well, I mean, I think, yeah, in a lot of ways it will end up being worse at this. It will end up being very bad for this if there aren't enough people playing it. Because, like, team fights get very, very stompy when you have mismatch experience levels, like, very stompy. Even stompier than Conquest, to be honest. That's actually why, when people kind of are done with, like, the basic rewards for 3v3, the game quality gets very, very low very, very quickly. Because when people stop playing, 3v3 gets unbelievably stompy, unbelievably quickly. So, yeah, in some sense, like, if not enough people play push, it actually might end up being worse than Conquest in this regard. Yeah. More glassy builds people would get one shot, even if they are equally skilled. I mean, it would obviously be more so, yeah, if people were playing, like, you know, optimal meta builds. But that's kind of, like, part of... I feel like that's kind of part of playing at, you know, lower experience levels, that people don't have as optimized builds as they normally do, like in, like, more experienced games. Today, maximize her scissors ability, cut a scarf and my headset cable. Oh dear. Well, I mean, look, that's an important lesson. Like, you know, using scissors is definitely an important skill, but I think also another important skill is, like, choosing your targets wisely. Like, and the headphone cable is probably not the best target for the scissors. The wall of information you have to overcome to get into PvP, not the matchmaking balance. I don't actually perceive it as to be particularly relevant. I think there's always going to be a huge wall of information you have to get into. Like, gw2 definitely has a lot of stuff going on, but to be honest, I don't actually view that as very problematic. Why? Because other games have huge walls of information that you have to learn before you get into PvP, and they kind of do okay. Like, there's just, like, so many people that, like, the game will sort you out, right? Like, because matchmaking should be accounting for that knowledge gap, right? If you think about it. Like, if the matchmaking algorithm is working, in general, knowledge is going to correlate with skill, right? So it's going to be putting, like, players who are learning and don't have full knowledge against players who are learning who don't have full knowledge. I view this as a red herring issue. To be honest, I think the knowledge thing is only relevant because of the population, right? Like, I'm not saying it isn't relevant. It definitely is, but I think it's only relevant exactly because of the population. What I mean by this is that even if you fix the knowledge issue, I don't actually think it would really help that much. I'm also not entirely convinced that the knowledge issue is actually fixable either. I don't think I've ever seen any game that I don't think I've seen any competitive game where it's not very heavily reliant on third-party stuff and community stuff for, like, learning the game properly. I think it's always like that. We miserably failed to... I mean, we should have killed the oil before the ram, to be fair. We didn't really execute super well here. I need a page. It's a painful immobilize. How do you fight against a Daredevil? I was being farmed by Champion Brawler in World vs. World. Kept cloaking, teleporting. Everyone was spinning and evading my attacks. I mean, Thief is a little bit of a tricky matchup for anything that isn't a Thief, to be honest. Like, you want to try to... I think the big thing is you want to try and predict when they're going to attack you so you can punish. Like, that's, like, a really key thing about Thief. Is, like, when are they going to jump on you? Like, have an ability ready to punish. Stand on terrain as well. Like, if you fight a Thief in open field, like, you know, here, for example... That's just not going to work for you. Like, Thief's mobility is going to fuck you, pretty much. Like, you need to try to force them to... You need to force them to fight, like, in a, almost like in a confined space or on some no-port spots, so you can limit their mobility, essentially. So you need to try and... You need to try and limit the strength of their mobility, and also play to your strength, which is, if you're not a Thief, it's probably going to be, like, in a slightly more confined space. So that's, like, some kind of key points that you can go after while... trying to defeat a fearsome Thief. Oh, weird scenario here, guys. They've repaired. It's time to leave, I think. Yeah. Gen Theory Renown Chest. Yeah, that's a despair moment. And we'll see how it works out, guys. I think we shouldn't despair. We should not despair, guys. We'll see what happens. If anything, I would actually say that, like, the big... I would say the answer to, like, the whole skill gap thing, or the, you know, the knowledge gap thing, I think the answer to that is actually in the community. I think we need to make a stronger... more well-informed community rather than anything else, because that's basically how other games do it, right? The way other games handle knowledge transference is very much like in that area. Like, you have a strong, like, close-knit community that is well educated about the game and understands the game. Like that is what you want to have. You want to have, like, a very strong backbone of, like, streamers, YouTubers, right? Like, website content, right? Like, and ultimately esports, right? Like, competitive play is very important, right? Like, competitive players are kind of going to be the ones who basically innovate the meta, essentially. So you need to have, like, tournaments and stuff where people can see, like, the hottest new builds, like a good place for people to actually get this information. Like, that's how you handle the knowledge transference thing. You don't do it with, like, in-game systems, really. I think all competitive games, like, it's very community-oriented, in my opinion. Or at least that's how I see it. Say hello to YouTube? Of course. See, I am reading YouTube, guys. Shout out to YouTube. But yeah. Oh. Losing the scrapper does not feel good, to be honest. Does not feel good, guys. To kill this vert. Kill the vert. Oh, this is very bad. I am defeated. We're too spread here. We need this necro over here. Yeah, adding like a global spectate mode actually would be pretty good. Wait, dude, what the fuck is this? Oh, guys, we've got context. Oh! Guys, the reason why Skelling BM'd is that the enemy team BM'd. Holy shit. Yo, okay, guys, now we know why. I was like, what the fuck was this BM? Guys, I've got the screenshots. They are actually caught. The reason they BM'd them is because they got BM'd first. Fuck easy, no skill. No brain. I easy you all game, bot Reaper. Oh, that's funny. Bot Reaper. I easy you all game. That is funny, to be honest. It's a funny meme. It's a good meme. I'm actually outnumbered on this map. That's crazy. Yes. You love to see it. Whoa, holy shit. Did someone made like a epic artwork of the Bog Queen? It's also Booba, as you might expect. It's now highly upvoted. Actually pretty fucking sick, holy shit. Looks very cool. Look at this. Bog Queen, It's Time to Wake by Elijah. There you go, guys. You like that shit? The Bog Queen. You're not looking? Nice try. Love to see it. No feet. I guess there are no feet, though. Wait, did the fucking yak... Dude, the yak is desynced. Oh, it's over there. No! That's crazy. The yak evaded us, guys. The yak evaded our grasp. How about that? Right. To be honest, guys, I'm actually done. I'm out of here. I'm still a little bit sick. I don't really want to stream anymore. I just wanted to do the 3v3. I think I need to finish recovering. Dono walls? You're not getting dono walled, some guy named. There's no dono wall here. Alright. I am out of here. Surely I'll be back to normal by tomorrow, guys. Surely. Alright, guys. I am out of here, guys. I'll raid Lara playing Terraria. Let's go. I need to touch some grass. Need to touch some grass and get some sleep in, guys. That's what we've got to do. It's time.